Yes, sir.
Am I visible?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Better now? Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. We'll wait for another minute and then get started. What is the strength usually?
35.
35. 12 people need invitation, or how is it? Anyway, talks a lot more about seriousness. Nevertheless, let's get started. Good morning, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. There, somewhere there. Where are you guys?
There,
Good
sir.
morning, sir.
There?
Yes.
Yes,
Good to
sir.
hear.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Saturday morning, if you're not there, then 100% Friday nights might have been heavy. All right. So, no problem. Let's get started with today's session. Sit straight. We'll begin today's session on a slightly different note. All right. How many of you actually thought of sitting and checking why am I even doing what I'm doing right now? How many of you are sitting here because of parental pressure? I'll not deny, we are still living in India itself. We might pretend to be coming from a Western culture, but we know our roots are from India in India. How many of you sitting here are because you've been kicked out of your bed because of your parents' pressure? Or you're scared sometime if dad wakes up and if he finds me in the bed, then certainly evening meal might seem a little difficult. Let me give you a small example. All right. I had one initially when I started. All right. So I would say a little time back. I had not started with CA directly. I was actually keen on teaching law. So I started with CS batch, all right, at CAPS. There used to be company secretary batch at one point of time. So I started with that. All right. The batch used to be fully packed. All right. So good crowd and all smart people, all hardworking people. Hardworking is more important than being smart. So that was the crowd. There used to be this one student, all right, one student. The session used to start at 7 o'clock. It used to be physical classes. And that person used to always come at 7:20. 7:20, 7:25. That used to be his range. My problem was not that he is coming late. My problem was he is missing out on every day's revision at the beginning of the session. With me, everyone? Yes. I asked him one fine day, the bugger was there, and I was very clear today he is going to be in my hands. 100% today I'm going to roast him up. So I asked him, after the class, you meet me. Okay. The class got over at around 9:30, 10 o'clock, whatever it is. So he came. I asked him, what is your problem, boss? How can you come late every day? Once in a while, I can understand. All right. You think this is Kaban Park, this is Lal Bagh, where you can come whenever you want, however you want, and anyway, the faculty is sitting there to invite me. Do you think this is how we approach? He said, no, sir, nothing like that. It's just that I have some reason, so I'm coming late. It's like, that's why we are having a conversation. I want to know the reason. After listening to the reason, there was not one single day where I wouldn't have revised for him the additional 20 minutes which I had started. Now, the reason was very interesting. Now, all of this might sound too much of Bollywood for you guys, all right? But when you see things happening around you, right, you suddenly get a kick. You suddenly feel that 100% for this person, I have to put in extra effort. His reason was, sir, I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. There is a train which I have to catch all the way. All right. I get down at Majestic. Those of you from Bangalore, you might be able to correlate. There is one railway station where you have to get down. All right. So he gets down. After getting down, the problem is because of his financial condition, he really can't afford taking a rickshaw, taking a cab. He has to wait for that one bus which drops directly in front of the classes. If he misses that bus, then he has to take an alternative for which he has to walk another 2 kilometers. Now, just Take a pause. Ask yourself, what luxury are we living in? If somebody is waking up at 5 o'clock, or rather, if somebody is boarding a train at 5 o'clock, that means he must be waking up at least at 4:59. Do you agree? All right. For those of you who don't prefer taking shower in the morning and blah 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 blah, at least 1 minute to brush his teeth and move out of the session of the place. Continuously for 6 months, all India CS rank holder. We are talking about him. 1,000 reasons for not doing something. Find one reason why you're really waking up every day in the morning at a 6:45 on a Saturday morning listening to a theory class. There is something. There is certainly something which is pushing you guys. Or else it's not easy, guys. Look at your friends. They might be chilling. All right. They might have slept at 2:30 in the night after watching a very good web series. They will wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning, have sumptuous breakfast, and go ahead and sleep again. And look at you guys, 6:45 in the morning, Saturday, listening to somebody who is talking about somebody else altogether. Not an easy job. Not an easy job. Please ensure you keep up the momentum till the last date. My problem is I see students come on the day one with 100, and by the time I end the batch, it is hardly 60, 65. It's not anything wrong with the faculties. It's wrong with somebody's commitment. Ensure that you don't become a victim of this. There is I will take a moment. I'm not here to teach only law. That I know anyone and everyone can do it under the sky. I want to give you that extra push where you open your books and see why you're here. All right. There is a psychological study. You agree that only 1% of the crowd is usually successful while 99% have to go through the grind again. Do you agree? Yes. Somewhere this is how the world is, and this is exactly what we see around us. What is so exceptional about this 1%? So there was a study which was conducted in US, all right, to take a sample of around 3,000, 3,500 people were picked up as sample, all right, for population. Notice this behavior in yourself. I am sure you will be shocked to hear this. When you reach almost the destination, you give up. You observe this behavior. You might be a victim of this. All right. I am not sure how many of you are able to make sense out of it. When you're almost reaching the destination, you give up. And you're giving up is because you have a preconceived notion I've reached, while you have not reached. 99% of this 3,500 people were victims of this thought process, where, let's suppose, if a task is given to do 100 things, they do 99, and after the 99th they think I'm done, and they put a full stop there. And that's exactly why they fall in 99%. And there is that 1% category who don't give up until they finish their 100. Those 1% were none other than the top CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. Correlating? Ask yourself. I'm not sure if you'll be able to understand all of this at a very tender age, but somewhere in life you will come back and ask me, sir, you had actually made sense. Think about it. Let's go ahead now learn corporate law. Sit straight. All right. Close all your books. I don't want you to open any of your books. Sit straight, relax. PVR theater, watching Durandar. No, watching Mehul right now and listening to the topic called incorporation. In yesterday's session, we began with the topic called preliminary. All right. We understood what are the basics of a company. I've not gone into detail. All right. At a very macro level, because definitions I will be covering as and when I'm covering the topics. Now, today's session, we begin with the next topic called incorporation of companies. Sit straight, everyone. 100% focus. Very, very important topic. Real syllabus begins now. All right. Close all your books wherever required. I will ask you to write down. As of now, just stay focused. Let's begin with the topics now. Is the screen visible to everyone?
No, sir.
No.
Now is it visible?
Yes.
Loading.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Perfect.
sir.
So the topic that we are going to discuss is incorporation and formation of a company. All right. Again, this is going to be a part of the bucket which is going to fetch 20 to 30% in your examination out of 70 marks. With me, we have covered preliminary. Of course, definitions are pending, which I will cover as and when it comes up. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Second thing is on incorporation of companies and matters incidental thereto. What are we going to learn in this chapter, sir? I am going to take you through the process of tomorrow. If you want to start a company, can you do it on your own? If yes, how? That is coming from this chapter. Understanding, everyone? Yes. So let's suppose Bhavani wants to go ahead and start her own company. Can you do it? If yes, how do you do it? That is what we are going to cover in this chapter. Let's go ahead, understand what all is there in this chapter. The table and the chart might look complicated. You don't have to worry. It's my headache to ensure that you know section by section. We talk about formation of company. We talk about MOA and AOA. We talk about certain documents and we talk about other provisions, whatever is relevant. This is what the whole chapter is. All right. But trust me, one of the interesting topics which you will come across in your syllabus. Very interesting. Let's get started. Who starts the company? All right. Good. How many of you watched Shark Tank? All right. Majority of you sitting here. Who starts a company? Anyone? Right, wrong, chalega. Give your answers.
Promoter.
Am I audible?
Promoter.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Answer.
Promoter.
Promoter. All right. Who's this promoter? One who starts the company. Now, don't give me such interesting answers. We are sitting at CA Inter, not BCom first year. All right. Who's a promoter?
Who controls the affairs of the company?
Who controls the affairs of the company? Fair enough. Anything else? Who's the promoter of Infosys? Mr. Narayan Murthy. All right. Who's the promoter of Wipro? No idea. Wow.
Azim Premji.
All right. Azim Premji. Do you know Wipro was never a software company? It was an oil manufacturing company. And today, what are we talking about? One of the largest tech companies in the world. What is this whole topic about? Who starts the company? Let's begin now. The person who starts the company is called promoter, like you've rightly mentioned. Now, there is a definition of the word promoter. Sit straight and listen to me. Sit straight and listen to me. Nothing to be written. I will tell you if anything has to be written. You just be here with me. Section 2 clause 69 defines the word promoter. All right. So I'm covering your first chapter parallelly. Definitions I'm covering as and when it comes up. All right. Darshan, what is promoter's definition? Promoter means a person. All right. Now, what is the relevance of the word means? Income tax. All right. Already your faculty might have discussed. Means is an exhaustive definition. Done? Already discussed with you guys? Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
means
Yes,
is an exhaustive definition. That means you cannot understand anything beyond what is given. This is the definition. You can't go beyond this. Kiran with me? Understanding? Yes. So means a person, Prithvi, who has been named in the prospectus or identified by the company in the annual return as promoter. Now, what is this, sir? If in the prospectus of a company, the company itself says Mr. X is the promoter, he is the promoter. If in the annual return of the company, if the company says Mr. X is the promoter, he is the promoter. Now, your question is, sir, we understood who is a promoter, but the question is, what do you mean by prospectus? What is annual return? Sit straight. Prospectus means the document which I'm issuing for what? Beg, borrow, steal. Understanding, everyone? All right. If the company wants to go and beg from the public to come take my shares, take my securities, that document is called prospectus. Clear? What is annual return? Annual return is like your yearly karma document. Whatever karma you've done throughout the year, you have to inform your daddy. Who's your daddy? In case of companies, it's called Registrar of Companies, the ROC. Clear? Everyone with me? Understanding? All right. So you have to inform your Registrar of Companies what karma have you done throughout the year. Every company has to file an annual return. In that annual return, if you're identifying somebody as a promoter, he is the promoter. Simple as that. Nagashri, sleepy, sit straight, sit straight, sit straight. All right. So who's a promoter? Promoter means a person whose name is reflecting as promoter in the prospectus or annual return. Second point, sit straight. One who controls the affairs. Brilliant answer. One of our friend has already given. All right. One who controls the affairs of the company directly or indirectly, whether as a shareholder, director, or otherwise. Now, what is this, sir? Who's the promoter of Reliance?
Dhirubhai.
Along with Dhirubhai Ambani. Today, who's the promoter? Mukesh Ambani. You guys don't have to think so much. Mukesh Ambani. With me, everyone? All right. Now, sir, how are you calling him as a promoter? Actually, Dhirubhai was the one who started the company, right? I agree. But today, who's controlling the affairs of the company? Mukesh Ambani. Now, I have one confusion. Suhas, is Nita Ambani also the promoter of the company? Mukesh Ambani, we understood, sir. He is controlling the affairs. Now, the question is Nita Ambani also a promoter of the company? Think, quick. Yes, no. Right, wrong, don't worry. Give your answers. We'll learn together. What do you think? Is Nita Ambani a promoter of the company? No.
Yes, sir.
She is. Why? How is she fitting in this category?
Who controls people
Indirectly.
directly or indirectly.
Brilliant, Kirtana. The word used there is directly or indirectly. Not sure how many of you are able to appreciate what you're learning right now. The word used is directly, which is Mukesh Ambani, or indirectly, which is Nita Ambani, because through Mukesh Ambani, Dhriti, Nita Ambani can go ahead and control the affairs of the company. Do you agree? Everyone? Yes. Third category, what are we learning, by the way? Don't forget the basic. We are talking about who's a promoter. First one, whose name is reflecting in the prospectus or annual return. Second one, who's controlling the affairs of the company. Now, I can control the affairs of the company by being a shareholder, or I can control the affairs of the company by being the management. Management is nothing but directors. Crystal clear, everyone? Understood the point? All right. Next point is, if not all of these, in whose advice, based on whose advice, directions, the board of directors are acting. They take their decision based on somebody's advice. Then that person is also called promoter. Now, what is this, Sudarshan? Let's take an example. You are, all right, let's suppose Sudarshan is one of the best when it comes to, let's suppose, silk manufacturing. Everyone with me? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Understand, Bangalore, or rather Karnataka, is the hub for silk. Yes? So let's suppose Sudarshan is the pioneer in this. He is the topmost brand when it comes to silk manufacturing. He knows everything. I want to start a silk factory. My board of directors are acting based on Sudarshan's instructions. Whatever Sudarshan says, my board of directors are doing it. Indirectly, what do you think? Sudarshan is the promoter of the company. Don't you think indirectly he is controlling the affairs of the company? Yes. Now, in this case, since the board of directors are used to acting, are used to performing based on Sudarshan's advice, Sudarshan is also a promoter of the company. Wow. Look at the definition. Initially, what did we think? Promoter means a person who starts the company. No. Starting the company is not even covered here, if you see. Are you with me? Everyone understanding the point? All right. Now I have one confusion. Shreyas is a chartered accountant. All right. Shreyas is also advising my company. Why? Shreyas says, sir, please ensure Companies Act is satisfied, Income Tax Act is satisfied. Let's suppose you're a listed company, so SEBI rules are satisfied. Everything Shreyas advises, our company is performing. Shreyas is a chartered accountant. He is one of the best chartered accountants in the country. He knows everything in case of a company, how to operate. Now Shreyas is also a promoter. Why no?
He's acting in his
In a
professional
Professional
Brilliant point.
capacity.
Please note, if somebody is acting in a professional capacity, what do you mean by professional capacity? Shreyas is giving advice to the company because he is a chartered accountant. He is a professional. He is giving me advice, and let's suppose techies, all the engineers. Do you really think they understand Companies Act? Here, chartered accountants only don't understand Companies Act. All right. Do you really expect the techies to understand Companies Act? So they will take your advice. Now, can you say I'm the promoter of the company? If that was the case, every chartered accountant is the promoter of one of the other listed companies only. Reliance does not operate until and unless chartered accountant advises. Are you with me? On the board of Reliance Adani, you talk about one of the biggest chartered accountants. They're all here. With me, understanding? So if somebody is acting on a professional basis, if I am advising you on a professional capacity, and if you're performing it, that does not mean that Shreyas has become the promoter of my company. Why? Sir, he is advising because he is a professional. Are you understanding, everyone? Yes. So this is an exclusion from the definition of the word promoter. Crystal clear with the concept, everyone. Understood? Sit straight, sit straight. Section 2 clause 69 defines the word promoter. Promoter means any person, three categories. First one, based on whose name is reflecting in the prospectus or annual return of the company. Second one, who controls the affairs of the company directly or indirectly, or it includes as a shareholder, director, or otherwise. Third one, very important, Pavna, it includes any person based on whose advice the board of directors are accustomed to act. That person is also called within the promoter definition. I'll give you a classic example for the third point. All right, sit straight. Now, let's suppose, do you know Wipro has 300 subsidiaries? How many?
300.
Now you understand what company are we talking about? All right, it might look small, but it's a huge thing. Wipro has 300 subsidiaries. Sit straight and listen to me. Do you think Azim Premji is a board of director in all the 300 companies?
No, sir.
He cannot become. He cannot become. Why? Sir, obvious reason, sir. Because Companies Act, first of all, has its own requirement. You cannot become a board of director of more than X number of companies. Don't break your head. So let's suppose it is 20 companies. I cannot become a board of director in more than 20 companies. That's not the law. I'm just giving an example right now. Now, let's suppose if it is 20 companies, for the rest 280 companies, Prakriti, am I a board of director? Answer is no. Now listen to me very carefully. Yeah? Although Azim Premji is not a board of director of those 280 companies, can those 280 companies say, we will not listen to Azim Premji, subsidiary of Wipro? Can they say, I will not listen to Azim Premji? Will they have to listen to Azim Premji, whatever he says? Answer is yes. Don't you think based on Azim Premji's advice, the board of directors of those 280 companies will act? If the answer is yes, Azim Premji is the promoter indirectly. Do you agree? He is not on the board of director. He is not a board of director. He is not controlling the affairs. But wait, though he is not doing anything, but still he is doing a lot. How? The board of directors of those 280 companies work based on Azim Premji's advice. So therefore, he is a promoter of the company. Crystal clear with the concept. Understood the concept of promoter? Open your books now. Quick. I want 250 pages notes only for law. All right. Don't save paper, save money here. We have other projects of CAPS. You can be a part of that. Don't save environment right now. All right. Please ensure that you have a separate book for law. Right now. Incorporation of company, chapter 2. Quick. Incorporation of company, chapter 2. Tanvita, there? That's all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right down. Incorporation of company. Chandana. Section 2, clause 69 defines promoter. Section 2, clause 69 defines the word promoters. 3 arrow marks. 3 arrow marks. 3 arrow marks. Whose name is reflecting in the prospectus or annual return? Whose name is reflecting in prospectus or annual return? Second one, second arrow mark. Second arrow mark. Second arrow mark. Based or who controls the affairs of the company? Who controls the affairs of the company directly or indirectly? Directly or indirectly? Asha there in the session? Santosh, Priya, Manasa, I want the cameras on.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I have a network issue, so
Sure, no
today I'm
problem.
not.
No worries. Done. Rest of you also
Thank you,
have
sir.
network issues?
Sir, I have logged in from 2 devices and I have switched on in one.
ठीक है, चलो. Next. Third arrow mark. Based on whose advice? Based on whose advice? The management. Based on whose advice? The management slash board of directors. Management slash board of directors are accustomed to act. Are accustomed to act. Within brackets. Based on whose advice the board of directors are accustomed to act, within brackets, except advice given in professional capacity. Brilliant. Professional capacity. Now listen to me very carefully. Students ask me, sir, how to remember section numbers for examination? Is it important? First question is very interesting question. Is it important to remember section numbers? Obviously, it is important. You're not writing CA foundation. All right. This is CA inter. Second thing, sir, how to remember if it is important then? Please note your last 10 pages in your book, last 10 pages. You are going to write down all the section numbers that you come across when you're reading a topic. Example, last class you came across section 1, which was talking about short title, extent and commencement. So you're just going to write section 1, short title, extent and commencement. Now you came across definition, section 2, clause 69, promoter definition. Section 2, all the definitions. So like this, as and when you come across section 464, illegal association. I want each one of you to do this exercise. Is it for me? Answer is no. Am I going to check? Answer is no. Do it for yourself. All right. In CA Inter, law paper section numbers are extremely critical. You will get additional marks for writing section numbers. You will lose marks if you don't write section numbers. I hope I'm loud and clear. All right. Now, just to ensure that you are reading, every day I will start the session by asking section numbers. Sir, but you had taught this topic 10 days back. Will you still ask section numbers? Answer is yes, I will ask. ICI is not going to ask you questions only from what you read last week. I hope I'm clear. Loud and clear, everyone understood?
Yes, sir.
Let's go back to the
Yes,
topic
sir.
now. Now the fun begins. Important topics that I'm going to touch upon. Sit straight, everyone. Promoter definition is very clear. Let's go ahead with the next thing. Read. True or false? One of the examination questions this was. Read.
To be a promoter, one necessarily be associated with the initial formation of the company. True or false?
This was in your mind. This was the point which was there in your mind. Promoter means he has to be there right from beginning. He should be the one who should start the company. Darshan, am I right? Yes. Now answer the question. True or false?
False.
False. Anyone saying true? Right, wrong, don't bother. Give your answers. We'll all learn together. We are not here to impress anyone with right answers. Everybody thinks this is false. You're right. 100% this statement is wrong. All right. To be a promoter, you have to ensure that at the end of the day, if you fall under any of those three categories, you can go ahead and become the promoter. Read, one of you, quick.
False. One who subsequently helps company to keep going, raise fund and advise to board other than in professional capacity will equally be regarded as a promoter.
Do you agree, everyone? 2 marks. This was asked as a question. 2 marks. See, enter. I hope each one of us will be in a position to answer this. Let's go ahead. Next. Formation of a company. My favorite topic, my favorite section. Why? Because you will see this section coming in multiple topics in different avatars. Sit straight. Inchara. Sit straight. All right. Section 3. 100% focus. Keep all your pens down. Close your books. Nothing to be written. I will tell you if anything has to be written. Just listen to me. All right. Section 3. Now we start forming a company. I want to start a company formation. Section 1, short title, extent and commencement. Section 2, all the definitions. Now I'm going to section 3, which is talking about how to start a company. Ready? A company may be formed for any lawful purpose by 7 or more persons in case of public company, by 2 or more persons in case of private company, 1 or more person in case of OPC.
One person.
No,
Thank you.
one person.
Thank you. Thank you. Was just waiting to hear this. All right. Those of you sleeping, continue. 1 person company. How can it be 1 or more? It's a 1 person company. Understanding? Everyone? All right. Hold on. I'll show how many blunders you can otherwise do in this one section itself. All right. By subscribing their names or his name to the memorandum and complying with the requirements of this act in respect of the registration. Ready. Now, Kirtana, read the first sentence. Quick.
Formation of a company. A company may be formed for any lawful purpose by...
Now, interesting. You hear the word may. Lawful purpose. Now I have a question. All right. Does this mean I may start a company for unlawful purpose as well? Because you only told, sir, may. They are not using the language shall, right? Very interesting piece of law. They are using the word may. That means indirectly is the Companies Act saying you may form a company for lawful purpose or you may form a company for unlawful purpose as well. What do you think? You understood the question? All mentors friends there in the session? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Dimag ki
Yes,
batti
sir.
jalana hai? All right. Sit straight, everyone, and listen to me now. A company may be formed for lawful purpose. Now, since they have used the word may, does it mean that Companies Act is giving me an option to start even for unlawful purpose?
No, sir.
How are you saying no? Why no? Layman reading the language, layman says you've used the word may gives an option to do it for law, or may gives an option to do it for unlawful. Go ahead. Quick. Answer. What do you think? Is Companies Act giving me an option to do it for unlawful purpose as well? You are saying no, but what is the basis of saying no? I want to know that basis. Don't randomly nod your head. Give me your answers. Why no?
Sir, in law, maybe means shall.
That means everywhere that they've used the word maybe, that means it is shall. Then what is the point of using maybe? They should have used the word shall itself.
Sir, there's option to form a company, but it should be only for lawful purpose.
Brilliant, Kiran. Probably for the first time in all my batches, I've got this answer. Sit straight, open your eyes, ears, all right, and listen to me. The word maybe is not for the purpose. Purpose has to be lawful itself. There's no option. So then what is this maybe used for? Maybe is used for the option being given for the type of company you want to start. You may start a private company, you may start a public company, you may start a one-person company, but you may not start anything for unlawful purpose. That may is not for purpose. That may is for the type of company. Everyone with me? Understanding? Yes. So if it is a public company, I need 7 or more persons. If it is a private company, I need 2 or more persons. If it is a one-person company, then I need one person only to become the member of the company. Crystal clear with the concept? Everyone understood the point? All right. Second reading. No, sir, I don't agree with this logic. May should be for the purpose. Then coming to Bhavani's answer. In a situation where you want to read the word may for purpose, you have a chapter called Interpretation of Statute, in which they say, if you want to read the word may as may itself for purpose, then read the word may as shall. You're not going to read the word may as may. You will read the word may as shall. If you want to associate this word with the purpose, if you want to tag this may for the purpose, then it will not be an option giving you to do lawful or unlawful purpose. 9. The word may in that case has to be read as if it is shall for the purpose, but may has to be read as may for the type of company. Crystal clear? Chandana, understood the point? Crystal clear with the concept. Tanushri, Tanya, everyone? Yes, Inchara?
Yes, sir.
Now read
Yes,
the
sir.
law once again. It'll make sense to each one of you. Anyone, quick.
Formation of company, Section 3. A company may be formed for any lawful purpose by 7 or more persons in case of public company, 2 or more persons in case of private company, or 1 person in case of one-person company. That is to say, a private company by subscribing their names or his name to a memorandum and complying with the requirements of the Act in respect of registration.
Everybody understood the point, whatever we have discussed. Now I have a few questions. Listen to me. All right. Tanya wants to start a private company, let's suppose with Chandana. All right. Private company, Tanya and Chandana. Can they start?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you able to understand here? Listen to me carefully. Yes. Then answer. Tanya and Chandana want to start a private company. Can they do so?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Tanya Private Limited and Chandana Private Limited want to start a private company. Can they do so?
No.
No,
I repeat, listen to me very carefully. It's such a simple word, no persons. And we thought the law is so simple here. Listen to me. Tanya and Chandana want to start a private company. Can they do so? 2 or more persons required. I am satisfying 2 people are there, so it's okay. Now the next question is, Tanya Private Limited and Chandana Private Limited wants to start a private company. Can they do so?
no, sir.
Those of you saying no, raise your hands. Quick. Those of you saying no, raise your hands. My problem is with people who are not using their top floors. I repeat the question. The question is very simple. First example were 2 persons, Tanya and Chandana, want to start a private company. You are saying chalega, it's allowed. Next question is Tanya Private Limited and Chandana Private Limited wants to start a private company. Is it allowed or not? Those of you saying no, raise your hands. Why? Good. Prakriti, Bhavani. Whatever your answers are. Right, wrong, don't bother. Give your answers. We'll learn together. Why?
Sir, it is the two companies
Correct.
will become a partnership, right?
No. No. Next. Anything else? Right, wrong, don't bother. Huh? Give your answers. We'll learn together. We don't want to be perfect here, or else you shouldn't have been joining the class if you knew everything. Good. Pallavi, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Good. Bhavani, Dhriti, go ahead, quick. Anyone, quick. We're running short of time, huh? No answers. Others, Pavana, Inchara. Quick, 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 quick.
Company is an artificial person.
Hold on. Hold on. You just answered. Company is an artificial
Person.
Inchara. Company is an artificial.
Person, sir.
Now you answered the question. Everyone, put down your hands. Did I ever mention that it has to be a natural person or an artificial person for the purpose of creating here the company? I never said it has to be 7 or more natural persons, 2 or more natural persons. Did I ever mention that? So Inchara, after answering the question, also you're having a question. Sir, how is it possible? Tanya and Chandana are natural persons. They can go ahead and start a company. No confusion at all. Why? Because according to you, they are persons. Companies, are they person? 100% yes. What you've learned in income tax. All right. Company is a person. Now, the point is, I have not mentioned whether it has to be a natural person or an artificial person. So can two artificial persons also start a company? 100% yes. So can Tanya Private Limited and Chandana Private Limited start their company? Answer is allowed. Why? Because the law wants subscribers. All right. The law wants 2 or more persons. Law does not say it has to be natural person. Prakriti, clear? Everyone understood? Pallavi understood the concept? Can I proceed? Yes. There is something called as subscribing their names to the memorandum. Just give me some time. I'll come back to this point and explain it later. I don't want you to guys get confused. Just be with me. Nagashri, let's go ahead. I'll take all the questions. Hold on. Just allow me some time. Let's see. We've discussed about 3 types of companies. All right. Public company, private company, one-person company. Let's understand each of these one by one now. You'll have to pay attention. Huh? Now comes the most important topics that we are discussing from law perspective. Sit straight, everyone. Boring? Sleepy?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So many of you are forced to say no. All right, no problem. I can understand the pressure behind. We'll take up the first example, one-person company. What do you mean by one-person company? Is the screen visible to everyone? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right, just give me a second. Perfect. Instead of one-person company, we'll first come to private company and public company. All right, let's take the private company definition first. Sit straight. If I want to start a private company, how many members do I need? How many persons do I need?
2.
Minimum
2
two.
or more?
Minimum.
2 or more persons. I have not said it has to be natural person or artificial person. It can be anyone. Now, let's go ahead. See the definition. What do you mean by private company, by the way?
RLP.
I'll answer. All right, RLP. Section 2, clause 68 defines the word private company. Sit straight. Sit straight. Most of you might have covered in CA Foundation is what you think. Allow me 10 minutes. I'll show it to you how much you've covered. All right. So section 2, clause 68 defines the word private company. Private company means a company which by its articles of association has 3 important points. What are those 3 important points? R, L, P. What are those 3 points, sir? The first one is restriction on right to transfer your shares. Listen to me very carefully. Yeah? If you want to start a private company, Inchara, in that case, sit straight, everyone. All right. Private company means a company which by its articles of association, first one has a restriction on transferability of shares. That means you can transfer your shares subject to conditions. Darshan, it's not that you have an option to transfer it to whomever you want. Let's take an example. I have Infosys shares. Is it a private company or a public company?
Public.
Everybody agrees? All right. Infosys shares, I have it. I want to give it to Shreyas. Shreyas wants to give it to Apurva. Aparna. Aparna wants to give it to Tilak. Tilak wants to give it to Sudarshan. Sudarshan wants to give it to Vatsal. Vatsal wants to give it to Nagashri. Nagashri to Darshan. Can it go on forever? Answer is yes. Because there's no restriction. I have shares of Suhas Private Limited. I want to transfer it to Kirtana. Kirtana to Tanushree. Tanushree to Pavna. Pavna to Triti. Triti to Pallavi. Pallavi to Bhavani. Can I do so? Law says control.
No.
I'm not saying you can't do it, but I'm saying you can do it with terms and conditions attached to it. Are you with me? Everyone understanding? All right. So the word used here is restriction. What is the meaning of the word restriction? Let's take an example. All right. During the classes, school days, while the classes are going on, can you go out of the classroom at your whims and fancies while the faculty is there in the class? Can you leave the classroom?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
But I want to go to the washroom.
We need
Can
to ask
anyone-
permission.
Permission.
With the permission, can I go out then?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Answer is yes. What is their restriction? You can do something, but with the permission. Understanding, everyone? Now, the second aspect to it is prohibition. What is the meaning of the word prohibition? Don't even think about it. Not attending Shetty sir's class and coming with the same smiling face next day morning. Making sense, everyone? All right. Don't even think about it. It's strictly prohibited. Another classic example. COVID, do you remember? You were prohibited from moving outside your house. There was no restriction. There was prohibition, if you remember. All right. The first wave when came out, where there was huge number of crises going on, were you restricted or you were prohibited itself? 100% you were prohibited. You could not go out. Are you with me? What happened in the second wave? The second wave, they made it little lenient. You can go out for your groceries. That was restriction. Now able to make difference between both the words. One is restriction, the other one is prohibition. So what is prohibition? Don't even think about it. What am I not supposed to think about in case of a private company? Don't even think of inviting public to subscribe to your shares and securities. Why? You're a private company for a reason. If public gets involved in it, that means you're not a private company anymore. I want you to remain a private company. That's why there is a restriction or a prohibition. There is a prohibition. Law is very clear. Don't even think about it. Crystal clear with the concept, everyone. Understood? So what is a private company? Private company means a company which by its articles of association has a restriction on transferability of shares and a prohibition on inviting public to subscribe to your securities. Now there is one word which I see here. They've used the word shares or have they used the word securities? What is the word that they've used?
Security.
Securities.
Same, no? Shares and securities one and the same, right?
No,
sir.
sir.
No,
What is
sir.
the difference?
Securities is a broader term.
Security is a broader word. Share is a type of security. Security, Pallavi, is a broader word which covers a lot of other types of instruments also within itself. Example, debentures, bonds, all of these are also securities. Now the question is, prohibition is for shares or securities?
Security.
Securities.
There was a question in exam. All right, the company has announced debentures to the public for subscription. Is it a private company's prohibition or whether it is going to be considered as allowed? Is there a prohibition or is it allowed?
Prohibition.
Prohibition, it's not shares, right?
Any security.
Any security is the word. Crystal clear with the concept, everyone. Now comes next important point. Sir, R we understood. L or rather P we understood. What is L? L means the total number of members. Somebody was answering this yesterday. The total number of members should not exceed 200. That means if I want to start a private company, the total number of members that I can have in a private company are maximum 200. I cannot have more than this. Clear? Ready for questions now? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Why are they not
Yes,
using
sir.
the word persons here? Why are they using the word members? Who are members? How is it different from persons? Ready to learn? Yes? No? Can I begin?
Yes, sir.
Now, let me take a simple example. All right, very simple example. You cleared your CA final examination. Nandini, congratulations. CA final examination ho gaya. Why are you even sitting here? I don't know that. All right. Now the question is, after clearing your CA final examination, can you say you're a chartered accountant?
No, sir.
No. You've cleared your CA
Until we
final
register.
exams.
Until we register as a member.
Brilliant. That is the answer.
Sure.
All right. You are not a majority of people do this blunder. Just recently, 2-3 weeks back itself, CA final results were announced. And they started calling themselves as CA. You cannot call yourself CA just because you've cleared CA final examination. Sir, then when will I become a CA, sir? Only after your name is reflecting in the register of members of ICAI. Are you understanding? Everyone with me? All right. So now look at the difference. One is a member. You are a chartered accountant only when you are a member of ICAI. The other one is just a person, CA finalist. This is exactly the difference in case of your members here as well. If you look at it, when I started, section 3 says 2 or more persons are required to start a company. Why? Because at that point of time, I wouldn't have had a register to update the name of the members. So they are still persons. But after starting the company, I have a register now in which I can update the name of the members. So after their names are updated in the register, they are called as members. So in case of a private company to start, I need only 2 or more persons. And maximum number of members in a private company cannot exceed more than 200. Did you guys understand? Such small words, but are you able to appreciate the impact of it? We colloquially use members and persons anywhere. So I was just evaluating one of the students' answers. All right. Answer script. I'm telling you, the evaluator was very generous to give 50 or 55, whatever that student had scored in law. If I were the evaluator, I wouldn't have given more than 20. So you're lucky I'm not your evaluator. But the problem is, why was I so annoyed? Because the students have used answers like this. Section 3, a company may be formed for any lawful purpose with 2 or more members in a private company, 7 or more members in a public company, 1 member in case of one person company subscribing to the memorandum. Sir, that means you've not understood the difference between person and member. How can I call myself chartered accountant even before taking birth? Understood the point? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Even before the company was incorporated, how can you become a member of it? Can I become a member of ICAI when ICAI itself is not there?
No, sir.
Sir.
This is the blunder that we do in exam, and we want to become chartered accountants. I am telling you, the evaluator was kind enough to give marks for it. If I was the evaluator and if this was your first answer, I would have scratched that and I would have carried that impression throughout all your other answers also. Because this just shows that you're not conceptually clear. Clear, everyone? Understood the point? Going back to the point now, sit straight. So Section 2, clause 68 defines a private company. Private company means a company in which there are 3 things to be satisfied. R, L, P. Restriction, limitation, prohibition. Restriction on the transferability of shares. Prohibition from inviting public to subscribe to your shares.
Any securities.
Any
Most of you are still nodding. After such a detailed discussion, still you're nodding for shares. It's securities. Are you understanding, everyone? And what is L? L is on the limitation. Limitation on what? The maximum number of members that I can have in a company are going to be 200 and not more than that. Clear, everyone? Now ready for questions? Sit straight, sit straight, sit straight. Do you think in a company, let's suppose we are a company in which it's a tech-based company. Do you think employees are important? Let's suppose it's a manufacturing sector. Easier, simple. Manufacturing company, do you think employees are required?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Trained employees are required?
Yes.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
you think retaining them is equally important for me? But looking at my face, will you really be in the company forever with me? All right. Aparna saying no, definitely I am not going to stay. All right, great, good to hear. Now the point is, how do I retain you guys? By ensuring that you're not employees anymore. You become the owners of the company. How? By giving you an option of employees stock option plan, ESOP. What is this ESOP, sir? ESOP is, since you're an employee, I don't want you to be just an employee forever. Why don't you become the owner of the company? Owner to what extent? To whatever shares you have, you become the owner of the company. All right. My share value outside is of 10,000 rupees. You don't have to pay 10,000. You're getting free of cost. But wait, for this, you have to stay in the company for 3 years. Are you understanding? So what did I do? Indirectly, I've retained you for 3 years. Are you understanding? Now in a company, let's suppose it is Mehul Private Limited. Sit straight everyone and listen to me very carefully. It's Mehul Private Limited. I have 10,000 employees. I run the biggest manufacturing plant right now. Let's suppose for refining oil. Current crisis. All right. I'm refining oil. 10,000 employees I have. I know the company, just like Aparna said, they will also not stay in the company. Now the point is, how do I retain them? I'm telling them, I'll give you ESOP. Now there is one problem. What is the problem? 10,000 employees will become owners. Now 10,000 employees will become owners and therefore they are members. What is the name of the company?
Private
Mehul
Limited.
Private Limited. So what is the problem now? What is the problem? Anyone? What is the issue? So let them become. No, what is the concern? 10,000 people will become members. So what? Go ahead, Kirtana.
Exceeds the limit.
Limitation. If you remember, there's a limitation where I mentioned that the maximum number of members that you can have in a company is going to be only 200. Now, in my case, I will have 10,200. How? You guys will also become members now shortly. All the employees will become members shortly. Did you understand the problem? Allowed? Not allowed? What do you think?
Allowed.
100% allowed. Sir, but you're a private company with more than 200. How is it allowed? Because of an exception. Now listen to me very carefully. If any employee is becoming a member because of his employment, how did you become a member? Because you are in employment with me, I am giving you an option to become a shareholder. Once you become a shareholder, you become a member. So since you are becoming a member because of your employment, law says, don't include them in this 200 calculation. Did you understand? This is how you go ahead with the limitation. Crystal clear with the concept, everyone. Understood the point? Now I have one confusion. Kripa. Is it only present employees or does it include even previous and past employees?
Includes past.
It includes everyone, whether it is present employees or past employees. Don't include them for the calculation of 200 if they are becoming members only because of their employment. Because they are in employment, I am giving them ESOP. Because they are getting ESOP, they will become members. So don't you think members is linked with employment? Yes. So therefore, I will not include them for the purpose of this calculation of 200. Crystal clear with the concept, everyone? Yes. Section 2, clause 68. Now you're nodding your head. In couple of classes, once I start asking questions on private company, if you don't answer, then you will have it from me. Huh? Everyone understood?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go ahead and read the law once again now. Is the screen visible? Boring? Sleepy?
No, sir.
No, sir.
You
No,
have
sir.
no option. Read. Section 2, clause 68.
Definition of parent company, section 2/68. Parent company means a company which by its article restricts the right to transfer a share except in case of one-person company, limits the number of its members to 200 and prohibits any invitation to the public to subscribe for any
securities of the company. Clear? All right. Now let's go ahead with 200 limit. Read.
Question time. In the calculation of 200 limit, how would you treat the following? Joint holders, present employees receiving shares by the way of ESOP, ex-employees receiving shares by the way of ESOP.
All right, Pallavi. Present and past employees don't include for the purpose of 200. We've already understood. What is this joint holders? Let us take an example. I'll give you an example, something that I was practically handling. Byju's in 2017, if I'm not wrong. All right, Byju's in 2017. You know what was the share valuation? You know what is the valuation today? Company is going to be wound up. Byju's. Everyone has heard of Byju's, right? As a company? Yes.
Yes.
Now going back to the point, do you know what was the valuation in 2017 when Facebook invested in Byju's? Facebook had invested in Byju's. Do you know what was the valuation? One share was valued at 17 lakh rupees. 1 share. So you know how many shares did Facebook buy? They bought only 100 shares. 17 crore rupees. With me, everyone? Now let's suppose all of you love this concept of Byju's, that you want to buy the shares of Byju's. Now look at your stipend, look at your pocket money. Do you really think you'll be able to buy it on your own, all by yourself? All right. Stipend, so you don't even count. That will not even be sufficient for eating bhel puri every day. All right. Now, what will you do? The other option is, why don't we all come together, pool money together, and take that one share of Byju's? What are we doing? We become joint holders. All right, Kiran, what we are going to do is all of us are going to pool money and we will buy this one share of Byju's and we are all going to be called as joint holders. Now, let's suppose even looking at individually each of our pocket money, I don't think we'll be able to buy that one share. So we'll ask CA Foundation as well as CA Final, all of them to come together to buy how many shares? One share of Byju's, 17 lakh rupees. Everyone with me? The problem is, let's suppose we are 250 people contributing together. 250 people contributing together for this one share of Byju's Private Limited. Now, will I consider 250 for the purpose of calculation of 200 or will I consider them as one?
One.
Did you understand? You will consider them as one because this is what the calculation is all about. 200 limit, you will treat joint holders as one itself. Clear? Understood the logic? Crystal clear with the concept? Read, one of you, quick.
The number of members shall be limited to 200. While computing the number of members for this purpose, following provision shall apply. Joint holders of shares shall be counted as one member only. The employees of the company who became members by virtue of their employment shall not be considered while counting the limit of 200 members. The employees of the company who became members by virtue of their employment shall not be counted even though they have, as on date, ceased to be the employees of the company. In other words, ex-employees or former employees shall not be considered while counting the limit of 200 members.
The second and the third point are one and the same, right?
No, sir.
Second point is about present employees. Third point is about past employees. Did you understand? Everyone got the point? All right.
Yes, sir.
So for the purpose of this 200 limit, I will not include joint holders, or rather joint holders will be considered as one member only. And your present employees will not be considered. Your past employees will not be considered for the purpose of calculation. Open your books quick. Private company definition is very important. Open your books quick. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Write down. Boring? Sleepy?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Oh, no, sir.
Write down. Prakriti Private Limited, PPL has given you the following information. The company has 6,300 members.
Persons.
6,300 members.
Exceeding the limit.
Write down 3 arrow marks. 6,000 members. 6,000 members are pursuant to employment. Are pursuant to their employment. Next one. 50 couples are holding the shares. 50 couples are holding the shares jointly. 50 couples are holding the shares jointly. Third arrow mark. Third arrow mark. You tell me whether it is allowed or not. Think and answer. Do you think it's allowed or not? What you've just written. Is it okay? Can you make it 150 couples? Instead of 50 couples, 150 couples? Now you tell me, what is your answer? Is it allowed? Is this satisfying the requirements of section 2 clause 68 or not? Raise your hands once you're ready with your answers. Everybody has to attempt. Others are not going to write your CA exams. You will have to write down. So attempt. Make mistakes, guys. Make mistakes. It's okay. It's worth it. Only one person is ready here. Rest of you need so much time to answer. Most of you have the arrogance of not raising your hand, thinking that, yeah, who will raise? This will cost an attempt, huh? Anyway, okay, let's hear the first 5 names that I can see on screen. I'll call out those names. Rest of you can add if there is anything inconsistent. Nandini, Vatsal, Manasa, Shant, Kirtana. Go ahead, Nandini.
Sir, it satisfies the requirement as 150 couples are jointly holding, so they'll be considered as one.
Okay.
Since the limit is to 200, and since 6,000 members are under the employment of the company, and it does satisfy.
How many members are there then right now?
Sir, 150.
150 members are there in the company. What?
Sir, 150 couples have mentioned, so that since they're jointly holding, they're considered as one.
They're considered as one. Okay. Okay. So how many members are there in the company?
So does that mean I'll have to take half of it, like one?
I'm hearing. I have to wait. From your side, what do you think? There's a reason why I changed it from 50 to 150.
Sir, I think it's considered as one since it's
Fair
mentioned
enough.
as.
I'll consider it as one. So how many members are there in the company for the calculation of 200? How many members are there?
For the calculation of 200, 150 members are there.
150 members are there. Okay. Next. Next. Fair enough. Interesting point. Next. I've called out the names. You can answer in the same sequence. Quick. Quick, quick. We're running short of time.
Sir, agreed with the same point.
Go ahead. Whoever wants to go ahead and answer. Answer.
There are 150 members.
150 members. Okay. Next. Prakriti, go ahead. Quick. We're running short of time. You'll have to unmute yourself and give your answer. Shreyas, go ahead, quick.
75 members.
75 members. Fair enough. Anything else? Anyone? Simple question, no? Welcome to CA. These are the kind of questions that you get in exams. Can I begin? Everyone? Totally 6,300 members. Do you agree? That is the number. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
6,300 members. Out of that, 6,000 are employees. So am I going to include them in the for the purpose of 200 calculation? Answer is no. Ignore them. Second is 150 couples are holding the shares together. Now there are two interpretations possible. One, what Shreyas has done. Another one, which our other friend has done, Nandini has done. What is the interpretation, sir? One interpretation is all the 150 couples together have purchased one share. That is one interpretation. So effectively 150 is equal to 1. Understanding the math, everyone? Yes. 150 is equal to 1. Sir, what math is this, sir? How is 150 equal to 1? 150 couples jointly holding one share of the company. What will you call them? Joint holders are to be considered as one. That is the math. So 150 couples is equal to one shareholder. Do you agree? One member. Do you agree? Spurti, I repeat. What are we talking about? Sir, 150 couples, that is 300 people, are together investing and buying only one share of the company. So what will you consider them as? Only one member. This is one interpretation. Second interpretation is, listen to me very carefully. Second interpretation is 150 couples are individually, each couple is holding one share. So how many couples are there? 150 couples we have written, right? So how many members are there? How many members? Shreyas, 75 or 300 itself?
300.
300.
What Shreyas has done, I'll tell you. What Shreyas has done, he has divided the couple into further half. Couple itself is going to be one. Each couple is going to be considered as one. Then 150 couples are there. Shreyas, did you understand the blunder that we have done? Everyone with me?
Yes.
Most of your counting starts. Sit straight. 6,000, everybody agrees it has to be kept outside. No confusion. Second point, 150 members I have to consider. 150 couples are holding only one share. That means 150 is equal to one shareholder, or 150 couples is equal to one member. But if I go by this interpretation, there's one problem. What is the problem? If there is only one member, it is not even a private company. So this interpretation might be wrong. What is the other interpretation then? 150 couples are holding the shares jointly. That means each couple of two people, each couple means two people. All right. You don't marry yourself. Simple as that. Everyone understanding? So couple mean two people. So each couple is holding one share. So each couple will be considered as one member. So how many members do I have in that case? 150 members. Why? 150 couples. That is 300 people are holding individually, and they will be considered as 150 members. Is that satisfying the requirement? Yes. Is this logically making sense? Yes. So what Shreyas has done, he has divided the couple further, and then he is saying 75. Sir, where is that further division? I didn't understand. I'll tell you what you've done is you've assumed 150 couple is equals to 150 people. That is as good as marrying yourself. Not allowed. Got the point? Everyone understood the example? Everyone understood the example? Anyone wants me to repeat the example? Everybody understood what?
Sir, could you repeat?
I repeat, Tanvita. I repeat. I want people to please ask. We are not sitting here just for the sake of it. Please ask. Only then it will make sense. Is the screen visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's take an example here. I have 6,300 members. Out of this 6,000 are employees. Will I consider them? Answer is no. Sit straight. Everyone on screen. Second, I said 150 couples. 150 couples are jointly holding the shares. With me, everyone, listen to me very carefully. Now, 150 is nothing but the balance 300. Do you agree how much is left over is only 300? Yes. So 150 couples are holding shares jointly. Should I consider them as 150 members, or should I consider them as 300 members? What should I do for the purpose of calculation? It will be 150 members only. Are you understanding? Everyone with me? So how many members are there in the company? 150 members. Am I satisfying the requirement? Answer is yes, it is satisfying the requirement. Because how many members should a private company have? Only 200. Am I within the limit? Yes. So this is satisfied. Tanvita, clear?
Yes.
I'll come to the second point running in your mind. Tanvita, sir, you've given 150 couples are holding shares jointly. That means, can I say all the 150 members together have bought only one share of the company? If that is the case, then means you have only one member. But how can a private company have only one member? Minimum number of members required are 2. Tanvita, are you understanding? Yes. So in this case, will this interpretation hold good? Answer is no. I will still go by this interpretation itself, where 150 members are holding shares. So I will consider them as 150 couples as 150 members. Crystal clear with the concept? Everyone? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Can I continue?
Yes,
Yes. Now let's go ahead with the next definition. Public company. All right. What is a public company? One of the toughest definition. Public company means a company which is not a private company. Wow. As if we didn't know this. Section 2 clause 71 defines the public company. Public company means a company, insist you to keep your cameras on. Public company means a company which does not have, which is not a private company. Sir, that even we know. Will they ask questions from here then? 100% yes, they ask questions on public company. Sir, but what is there to ask here? The proviso. All right. They ask the proviso in the examination. What is the proviso? I'll explain. Hold on. Relax. You just be with me. What are we talking about? What is a private company? Section 2 clause 68 we've understood. Pallavi, what is a public company? Public company means a company which is not a private company. Full stop. That means if you're not a private company, then you are a public company. Simple. What is asked in the examination is the proviso. Very interesting proviso. Sit straight now. Sit straight now. Suhas, your father is Hindu. What is your religion?
Hindu.
All right. Let's take. All right. Tilak, your father is just taking for the purpose of discussion. Huh? Don't take it personally. I get scared at times giving this example, but I know you'll understand the concept better. So I'll take the liberty of giving this example. Tilak, your father is Christian. What is your religion?
Christian, sir.
All right. Nagashri, my father is, let's suppose, all right, let's suppose my father is Jain. What am I?
Jain.
All right. Kirtana, your father is Muslim. All right. What are you?
Muslim.
Clear, everyone? What is this nonsense, sir? What are you teaching public company definition with religion? Hold on. Let's read the proviso now. A company which is a subsidiary of a company not being a private company. That means if you are a subsidiary of not being a private company means what? Not being a private company means?
Public
Public company. So if you are a subsidiary of a public company, you will be deemed to be a public company. What does it mean? If you are, what is the meaning of the word subsidiary? Subsidiary means you're a child. All right. In detail definition, I'll take you through later on. Right now, just pay attention. All right. If you are a child of a parent, if your parent is a public company, listen to me very carefully. And if you are a subsidiary of such parent, then you will also be a public company only. That is exactly what I'm saying. If your father is Hindu, you are Hindu. If your father is Muslim, you are Muslim. If your father is Christian, you are Christian. If your father is Jain, you are Jain. If your father is of any religion, you are of the same religion. What are we trying to learn? We are trying to learn the concept of deemed public company. What is the meaning of the deemed public company? If you are a subsidiary of a company not being a private company, that means if you are a subsidiary of a public company, then you will be a deemed public company for this act. So what will happen if I'm a deemed public company? Whatever law is applicable to a public company will apply to you also. Ready for questions now? Everyone understood the proviso? We thought it's such a simple definition. Public company means a company which is not a private company. Wow. Now comes the proviso. The proviso is talking about deemed public company concept. Sit straight and listen to me now. Let's suppose, listen to me very carefully. Yeah? There is Dhriti Private Limited. All right. Dhriti Private Limited has 2 members. Listen to me very carefully. All right. Dhriti Private Limited has 2 members. Let's suppose, say Tilak and Sudarshan are the shareholders. Both of you there? Yes.
Yes,
Tilak is
sir.
holding 75% of the company. Sudarshan is holding 25% of the company. Both of you there in the session? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Dhriti Private Limited company is the fastest growing AI company in the world. Happy Dhriti? What are you doing in the session? I don't know then. Dhriti Private Limited is the fastest growing AI company in the world. Google decided, let's invest in it. Infosys decided, let's invest in it. They started fighting, and finally, Infosys won the competition. Infosys has purchased this 75% from Tilak. Did you understand? Okay. So what has Infosys done? Infosys has purchased 75% of Dhriti Private Limited. Now I have a confusion. What is the confusion? Sir, Infosys is a public company. Dhriti Private Limited is a private company. Now what should I do? What is Dhriti's role? Is it going to be a public company or private company?
Deemed public.
To be public.
Everyone understood the question?
Yes, sir.
Everyone understood the question? All right. Dhriti Private Limited has one shareholder called Infosys Limited, which is holding 75%. Now with 75% held by Infosys, Dhriti Private Limited becomes a subsidiary, a child of Infosys Limited. Now there's one problem. What is the problem? Infosys Limited is a public company, but Dhriti is a private company, right? Understood the issue, everyone? Now, this is exactly where the deemed public company concept comes. A company which is a subsidiary of a public company shall be deemed to be a public company for the purpose of this act, even where such subsidiary company continues to be a private company in its articles of association. As per your articles of association, Dhriti, you continue being private company, I don't care. But for the purpose of this act, you are a deemed public company. Crystal clear with the concept. Everyone understood the concept. Clear, eh? Everyone
Yes,
understood
sir.
the concept.
Yes, sir.
Now, ready for questions?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's see how many of you answered this. Can I begin?
Yes, sir.
You will have to pay attention. Huh? Section 2, clause 71. I repeat the entire definition. Section 2, clause. Listen to me very carefully. Close all your books and listen to me. I'm repeating the definition. Let's see how many of you can catch this. Public company means a company which is not a private company. Proviso to section 2 clause 71 says, if you are a subsidiary of a public company, you will be a deemed public company. Even though as per your articles of association, you might be a private company, I don't care. But for the purpose of this act, you will be a deemed public company. This is the definition. Ready for questions? Let's see how many of you use your top floors now. A private limited, a public limited, everyone with me, holds 78% of B public limited. How many deemed public companies do you have here?
There is no deemed public.
Huh?
No deal.
No.
Deemed.
Why no deemed?
Because a public
Both
company
are
is another public.
both are public limited.
What is the meaning of the word deem? Deem means I assume. What is there to assume when something is already a public company? Are you understanding the point here? Everyone with me? All right. I was in one of the sessions, I had asked this, all right. And there were around 78 students in the batch, if I'm not wrong. 60 of them answered that this is a deemed public company. How under the sky can this be a deemed public company when it is already a public company? It's as good as, I think you are a boy, although you've ticked boy in the application form. Did you understand? You've ticked boy in the application form. What is there to deem in that? Now touching the surface, everyone with me? All right. Going ahead with the next question. When I don't ask you the kind of questions that you want to hear, no, I know you will not understand the concept. Now pay attention, everyone. A public company, listen to me very carefully, a public company is holding 78% of B private limited. How many deemed public companies?
One.
One.
Now the problem is people are hesitant to answer even when it is obvious. All right. It's a straight one deemed public company case. No confusion at all. Which is that deemed public company? B private limited. Sir, but it's a private company. That's the whole definition. As per your articles of association, you might be a private company, but for the purpose of this act, I will assume, I will deem as you are a public company itself. Clear, everyone? Understood? You guys are understanding, or is it all a bouncer?
Understand.
We are understanding.
Next, a public company is holding 48% of B private limited. How many deemed public companies?
No deemed public
deemed
companies.
No
Why?
deemed.
No.
48%.
More than half.
Less than
More than
50%.
There is no subsidiary at all. For you to be called as a subsidiary, you should have at least more than 50%. Are you holding more than 50%? Answer is no. Since there is no parent child, there is no question of passing on the religion as well. Clear, everyone? Understood? Last question. Let's see how many of you answer this. All right. Is the screen visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
A private limited, listen to me very carefully. Yeah? A private limited is holding 80% of B public limited. A private limited is holding, Nagashri, 80% of B public limited. How many deemed public companies?
Zero.
No deep.
No deemed public companies at all?
No, sir.
No, sir.
How many deemed private companies?
There is no concept called
No,
No
such
concept.
But you only told no. Father's religion is private. The child's religion also has to be private only. That's what you guys gave an example, right? Hindu son is Hindu. Christian's daughter is Christian. That's what you guys told, right? The same way you should come up with deemed private company also, right?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Did you understand the question, everyone? Tanvita,
Yes, sir.
I repeat the question. Pay attention, everyone on screen. Nagasri, A private limited is holding 80% of B public limited. Does this make B public limited a deemed private company? Sit straight. Don't create what does not exist. All right. There is no concept called as deemed private company. There is only one concept called deemed public company. Sir, how are you telling this? Go read the law. All right. Read the law once again. 100% focus. Look at it. Read, one of you. Quick.
Public company.
Read the proviso.
Provided that a company which is a subsidiary of a company, not being a private company, shall be deemed to be a public company for the purpose of this act, even where such subsidiary company continues to be a private company in its articles.
Did you understand? As per my articles of association, I might be a private company, but for the purpose of this act, I will be a deemed public company. But is there a concept called as deemed private company? Don't create something which does not exist. Clear, everyone? Understood
Yes,
the concept of public company and private company? Yes. Let
Yes,
us go
sir.
ahead, answer all the questions now. Start.
Sir, what if a deemed public company gives out the shares to the public saying that they are a deemed public company, even though they are private in the articles?
Interesting question. Sir, as per your articles of association, I'm a private company. But because my parent is a public company, so I have also become a deemed public company. That means, can I invite public to subscribe to my securities? Answer is no. Why? Because as per your articles of association, you're still a private company. And in articles of association, you have R, L, P. P is prohibition. Don't even think about it. So then, sir, where is this whole concept of deemed public company useful then, sir? For other laws, other sections, whatever is applicable to a public company will apply even to a deemed public company. Clear? Everyone, very
Yes.
good question. Huh? Very good question. Not sure how many of you understood our friend's question. Her question is, sir, if I'm a deemed public company, that means I'm a public company. That means, can I invite securities? Can I invite public to subscribe to my securities? Answer is no. I agree, you're a deemed public company, but as per your articles of association, you're still a private company. RLP still continues. Then what applies? Whatever other sections for public company are there, that will apply to me. But the basic characteristics of RLP will not change. That will continue as it is. Brilliant question. I hope I've answered. All right. Any other questions?
Sir, yeah, I only had another question.
Good.
What if a natural person and an artificial person get together to form a private company, but can they claim it as an OPC?
OPC I have not discussed. We'll discuss. All right. We'll discuss immediately after the break. Any other questions? People are not even thinking ahead of what. How come there are no questions in such topics? Just accepting whatever you're seeing on screen. Use your top floors. Use your top floors. Please make use of it, or else it'll get rusted. It's 8:16 now. We connect at 8:30. You have a quick break of 15 minutes, and thereafter come fully energized for 2 hours, or rather 1.5 hours of power pack session on important topics. Rest. All right. Come with all your energy. See you at 8:30. Audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Visible?
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Let's go ahead. I hope you've got your break. Looking at your faces doesn't seem like it is ever enough. Nevertheless, let's continue. Screen visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Suddenly look at the number of participants. Where are we heading to, guys? Anyway, so I started today's discussion itself on the note that you shouldn't actually give in to the pleasure of quitting in between. All right. But look at the number of participants. I am not surprised with the pass percentage of ICI. I think, in fact, ICI's pass percentage is way higher than what should ideally be. I am very, very clear about this one point. All right. Even if 10-20% people are clearing, according to me, it should not be more than a single digit. Because the quality itself is not meeting the requirement, guys. Look at it. Anyway, let's go back. What we'll do is we'll quickly recap whatever we've discussed so far, and then we go back to the topic that we have discussed. Is the screen visible to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. We started with the topic called promoter. What exactly is the definition of the word promoter? We have understood. All right. Then we went on to understand what is section 3 talking about. Section 3 says every public company, private company, or one person company should satisfy the minimum number of people who are required, persons who are required, and they will become the subscribers to the memorandum. What is the whole meaning of the word subscribers to the memorandum? I'm not discussed. I will discuss. Hold on. We went on to understand what exactly is the meaning of the word. Listen to me very carefully. What exactly is the meaning of the word private company? We understood what exactly is the screen visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We
Yes, sir.
understood what is the relevance of the word public company. We've understood what is the concept of deemed public company. All right. Now we go back to the next topic, which is OPC. Is the screen visible?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's understand. What is this definition of OPC? Now, what is OPC? The first question is OPC refers to a one-person company. To whom is it applicable? Initially, when I started doing business, I was a sole proprietor. Okay. Then I realized that why not make my sole proprietor business itself more like a company, a corporate firm. Why? Because corporates have their own advantages. Let us not forget that. All right. Corporate have their own advantages of being in existence. So I started something called as OPC. This concept of OPC was never there in 1956 Act or the previous acts. For the first time, India saw the concept of OPC in 2013 Act. It was not there earlier. Are you understanding, everyone? All right. So where is this concept coming from? This is coming from UK and US. This concept never existed in Asian countries. This concept came in from UK and US. Understood, everyone? Now, what is this OPC? Section 2 clause 62 defines the word OPC. Sit straight and listen to me very carefully. Now, OPC as a concept is important. If you don't understand the basics, you will not understand the complicated topics revolving around OPC. So pay attention. What is this OPC? OPC is section 2 clause 68. Is the screen visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
section 2 clause 62 defines OPC. OPC means a company in which only one person is a member. All right. A company which has only one person as a member is called as OPC. Nothing I found out. That means there's only one member. Can I have more than one member? Answer is no. If I have two members, it's not an OPC. It could be a public company. No, it is only a private company then. Clear everyone with the concept? Yes. Now the next set of questions that we have is OPC a public company or a private company? What do you think?
Private company.
First question, why is
Private
it
company.
even public or private? Why not a separate category for itself? Why am I even asking if it is a public company or a private company? It's a separate category, right? Why should I even consider it as a public company or a private company? Sit straight. That's because most of the sections are either applicable to a private company or a public company. That means it doesn't, there are no provisions for OPC at all. Answer is no. Law says OPC is also like a private company itself. So therefore, whatever law applies to a private company applies to OPC. Unless specifically the law itself exempts. If the law itself is exempted that this is not applicable to OPC, it is not applicable. Otherwise, whatever law applies to a private company applies to OPC. Crystal clear with the concept, everyone? Yes?
Yes.
Next thing, all right. OPC is also a private company. Thus, all the provisions which are applicable to a private company applies to OPC as well. Do you want a glimpse of it? Let's go to the definition of private company. Look at the definition of private company. All right, open your eyes and ears and listen to me very carefully. Except in case of one person company, the limit is going to be 200. Why is private company carving out an exception for OPC? That's because the concept of private company, whatever provisions of private companies are there, that applies to OPC as well. Crystal clear with the concept. Everyone understood? There is one question then. Whatever restriction and prohibition which are applicable to a private company, does that apply to OPC? What do you think? Am I audible? Everyone there?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Whatever provision is applicable with respect to the restriction and prohibition in case of a private company, does it apply to OPC?
Sir, only the first and third, because second case there is an exception for OPC.
So the question is whether restriction is applicable, whether prohibition is applicable.
Yes, sir. Restriction and prohibition is applicable, not limit.
Indirect way of saying that restriction and prohibition both are applicable to OPC. Did you understand, everyone? This has not been asked in examination, but I'll not be shocked if they ask questions like prohibition provided under section 2 clause 68 is applicable to an OPC or not. And you'll be stumped if you don't pay attention. Are you understanding, everyone? Got the concept? Now, here, the limitation is private company can have up to 200 members. Can OPC have 200 members?
No.
It's a one-person company. It cannot have anything more than one. So therefore, if you see, the language itself starts by saying, except in case of one-person company, the limit is going to be 200. For one-person company, it is only one member, nothing beyond this. Everybody able to appreciate section 2 clause 62 and 68 reading? Very few people interpret these two sections together, but I hope you guys have understood. Everyone, crystal clear? Can I continue? Yes. Next point, going back to the topic. All right. In case of OPC, the next question is, are all the provisions of private company applicable to OPCs as well? Yes. Whatever provisions are applicable to a private company applies to OPC as well, except if the section itself gives that it is not applicable to OPC. Example, cash flow statement. In your financials, you prepare balance sheet, you prepare P&L account, you have your cash flow statement. It has to be prepared for every company. Private company, yes, even for a private company, you have to prepare cash flow statement. But for OPC, do you have to prepare cash flow statement? Answer is no. Who's giving an answer to it? It's coming from the section itself. Clear, everyone? Understood? Section 128 and section 129 itself says, I know whatever is applicable to a private company applies to OPC as well, but I am giving you an exception. Don't prepare cash flow statement for OPC. Balance sheet and P&L, that you prepare, but don't prepare cash flow statement. Everyone understood the concept? Crystal clear. All right. Next point. Sit straight. Those of you who recall your concepts from CA Foundation on OPC, good. We'll see how much you remember. Those of you who are coming across this concept of OPC for the first time, please pay attention. My mother keeps saying often, who has come has to leave the world one fine day. Utter reality, bitter reality. Now, I am not bothered about that reality. My question is, in OPC, how will it apply? Because there is only one person who is a member in case of company, and tomorrow if anything happens to him, understood the problem, everyone? Yes, it's a one-person company, and tomorrow if anything happens to that one person itself, what will happen to the company? In this case, the law says, please note always that one person will also have in your memorandum of association somebody called as nominee. Everyone with me? Understanding? Now, who is this nominee? Tomorrow, if anything happens to the member, the nominee will become the member. Where do I have to mention this? This has to be mentioned in the memorandum of association. Crystal clear with the concept? Both the points are clear? All right. The first point, that every OPC will have one member. Second point, every OPC will ensure, Pavana, that there is a nominee to the member as well. Third thing which you have to understand is, listen to me very carefully. Yeah? Kirtana wants to start an OPC. Can she do so?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Give some response. After your breakfast, if you're sitting in the session, most of you are sleeping, rest of you are what you're doing under the sky, you don't know. So sit straight and listen to me. All right, the question is very simple. Kirtana wants to start an OPC. Can she do so?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, no.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Kirtana Private Limited wants to start an OPC. Can she do so?
No, sir.
Did you understand the question? I repeat. Kirtana wants to start an OPC. Can she do so? You guys are saying yes. Kirtana is a person and she can, I hope so, and she can go ahead and start an OPC. Kirtana there? Now
Yes,
the
sir.
concern is, now Kirtana Private Limited also wants to go ahead and start an OPC. Can she do so? Can it do so?
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Why no?
No, sir.
Why no?
Natural person.
For the purpose of OPC, I want only natural person as a member. I don't want artificial person. First point clear? Second question. Kirtana wants me to be the nominee. Can I be the nominee?
Yes, sir.
If mentioned in the
Yes.
memorandum, yes.
If mentioned in Kirtana is very clear, sir. First of all, looking at your face, I will not make. Second thing, even if I make, I have to mention that it is there in the MOA. I'm with you on this, Kirtana. Now, Kirtana wants to make Mehul Private Limited as the nominee. Can I do so?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Think logically. Think logically. Why no? I'll give you the reason. What is the whole concept of nominee? Tomorrow, if anything happens to the member, I'm not taking this example of Kirtana. Let's suppose X is the member and Y is the nominee. All right. In this case, tomorrow, if anything happens to X, Y will become the member. And member always has to be an individual. Do you agree? A natural person. Do you agree? Yes. So now in this case, if the nominee is an artificial person, tomorrow, if anything happens to the member, nominee will become the member, but nominee cannot become an artificial person, or nominee cannot be an artificial person. Understanding the logic, everyone with me? So therefore, Chandana, both the member and the nominee, both have to be natural persons. Crystal clear, everyone? Understood the concept? 100% clear? Yes? Bill Gates wants to start OPC in India. With me, everyone? Bill Gates wants to start an OPC in India. Can he do so?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bill Gates wants to start an OPC in India. Can it do so? Complete, Chitranna. What do you think? Yes, no? CA Foundation, at least you should know. You've just written an examination. CA Inter, hopeless. All right. If you've already finished a batch, still counting stars, then hopeless. Second question. Mehul wants to start an OPC and wants to make Bill Gates as the nominee. Can it do so?
No, sir.
Complete Bhelpuri, sir. We are not able to answer both the questions. All right, sit straight, sit straight, sit straight. Everyone, listen to me very carefully. Yeah? First question is, Bill Gates wants to start an OPC in India. Can it do so? Second question, Bill Gates has to be nominated for the OPC which Mehul has started. Can he do so? Let's learn the law together now. Everyone understood the question?
Yes, sir.
For you to go ahead and become a nominee or member, both the three conditions have to be satisfied. Listen to me very, very carefully. Yeah? If you don't pay attention, you will not be able to understand the concept. Who can become a member or a nominee? Natural person, first condition. Indian citizen, second condition. Resident in India, maybe condition. Listen to me very carefully. Yeah? I'm using the language very cautiously. Three conditions to be satisfied. The first one is natural person. Second one is Indian citizen. So now answer the question. Can Bill Gates become the nominee in Mehul Private Limited, Mehul's OPC?
No, sir.
Why? No.
Not
Why
an
no?
Indian citizen.
Not Indian resident.
But natural person, right?
He has to satisfy the
All the
both the-
There is a relevance and requirement of the word and here. What is the meaning of the word and? All the conditions have to be satisfied. Are you with me? Everyone understanding? Yes. So the second condition is he has to be an Indian citizen. The third one is whether you're resident or not. Now pay attention. Sit straight. You will not understand this if you don't pay attention. I want Infosys Limited wants to start an OPC in India. Can it do so?
No, sir.
Why no?
Not a natural
Not a
person.
natural person.
First requirement clear, everyone. All right. Narayan Murthy sir wants to start an OPC. Can he do so?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But Narayan Murthy sir wants Infosys to be the nominee of this OPC. Can it do so?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Second condition clear. Everyone, second point clear.
Yes, sir.
Bill Gates wants to start an OPC in India. Can he do so?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Wants to start an OPC in India. Can he do so? Mehul wants to go ahead and start OPC in India. Can he do so?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mehul wants to appoint Bill Gates as the nominee in India, in his OPC. Can he do so?
No, sir.
Third condition, listen to me very carefully. Mehul wants to start an OPC in India and appoint Shreyas, who is in UK. Indian citizen in UK. Staying in UK. Can he do so?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
I repeat,
Yes,
those
sir.
of you didn't understand the question, you'll have to pay attention. I repeat. Mehul wants to start the OPC. Can he do so? Answer is yes. In this OPC, Mehul wants to appoint Shreyas as the nominee. Indian citizen. All right. Residing in Dubai. Let's take a simple example. Right now, not the great place, but yes. All right. Residing in Dubai. Can he do so?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
To satisfy the condition of one thing.
No, that's exactly what I'll come to that. Hold on. Shreyas is in Dubai. He is an Indian citizen, but he prefers living in Dubai. Most of your relatives are like that. Check in your close circle. They might not be in India, but are they Indian citizens? Answer is yes. It's just that they're staying abroad for whatever good reason. Shreyas does not like coming to India at all. For whatever good reason he knows. Can I make Shreyas my nominee still?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Shreyas.
sir.
Good. Right, wrong. Yes, no.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Can Shreyas become
Yes,
a
sir.
nominee even though he
Yes,
does
sir.
not come to India at all?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Bhavna?
Yes, sir.
No. If you think so, no, then no. Give me your answers. Can Shreyas become a nominee? Tanvita, Aparna, Chandana, Nandini, quick, Pallavi, Mansa. Think, Spurti.
Sir, no.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. Why?
Not a
Sir.
resident.
Not a resident in India.
Resident.
Now, Tanvita, where are you sitting right now? Which part of India?
Karnataka.
I'm sorry, where?
Sir, in Bangalore.
In Bangalore. All right. Where am I sitting? In Bangalore. All right. Let me clarify before even you preempt. All right. I'm in Bangalore. Can I still take a session if I was in Singapore?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That means, is it mandatory to be together in the same place for me to take classes?
No.
Are you understanding the point here? Therefore, There was a law when the OPC law came into picture. They said you have to be a resident in India. All right. That means who is a resident in India? I'll explain. Hold on. But you have to be in India or else I will not consider you to be eligible to become a nominee. But then I realized after COVID, you can be anywhere. I can be anywhere. Still work will happen. Therefore, the law changed the language to say from and resident, they changed the language to say whether resident in India or not. Initially, when the law came up, the law used the language and resident in India. Prakriti. So what did it mean? You have to stay in India. Then I realized, sir, how does it make difference? Classic example, somebody sitting in Bangalore, some other person sitting in Bangalore can still go ahead and do the work. If I was taking this session from Dubai, from Singapore, from any part of the world, will you still be able to connect? Answer is yes. So how does it make difference? Therefore, they came up with an amendment and they said after 2020, they said they changed the language and they didn't say and resident in India. They said resident or not in India, whether resident in India or not. I don't care. Clear? Everybody clear with the concept? Understood? So what are the three conditions now? Has to be a natural person. Is that changed?
No, sir.
No,
Has
sir.
to be Indian citizen. Is that changed?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No.
Resident in India or not. Has this changed? Answer is yes. Earlier it was mandatory that you have to be in India. Now I don't care wherever you are. You do whatever you want under the sky. Clear with the concept, everyone? Yes.
Yes,
Now
sir.
Manasa is thinking, sir, resident means what? Under Income Tax Act, which Shetty sir is teaching, or under FEMA, which you will teach, or is there any other definition of the word resident? You will come up with all these fancy ideas. I know. So law has given an answer to this in the law itself. In this definition itself, they've said resident means a person who has stayed in India for 120 days, for not less than 120 days. Clear, everyone? Understood? All right. Now the point is, even if I don't stay for 120 days, can I still go ahead and become a part of the as a nominee? Answer is yes. Even if I don't stay for 120 days, can I still be a nominee? Answer is yes. Aparna's question is, sir, then why are you giving this 120 days? That is because you will ask me tomorrow, what do you mean by resident? That's why today itself, I'm giving a definition. If I don't satisfy this residential status, is it okay? It's okay. But what is a resident? Tomorrow, Chandana asks, you should have an answer to say that not less than 120 days, you should have resided in India. Clear with the concept, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Crystal clear with the concept. After 2 or 3 slides, you have questions to answer. So pay attention. Huh? Sit straight, everyone. OPC, defined under section 2 clause 60. Sit straight, everyone. 100%. Your spine has to be erect. Section 2 clause 62 defines the word OPC. OPC means a company in which there is only one person as a member. Every OPC will have a nominee. Where are the details of this nominee? In the memorandum of association. Insist you to keep your cameras on. Second point, every OPC's member or nominee should satisfy 3 conditions. Indian natural person, Indian citizen, and he has to be resident in India. Clear, everyone? Yes?
Or otherwise.
Those of you nodding your head, quickly slap yourself. Quick, 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 quick. Don't touch your cheek and feel good. I want you to slap yourself. Quick. Residential status is not mandatory now. The law uses the language whether resident in India or not. Tomorrow you will ask me a question. What do you mean by the word resident? Today itself, I'm answering that a person who resides in India for not less than 120 days will be considered as a resident. But what if I'm not a resident? You're not a resident. It's okay. I'm not having any problem. Crystal clear with the concept, everyone? Understood?
Yes.
Yes. Let's go ahead with the next point. Who can go ahead and start an OPC? We have already discussed who can become a nominee for the OPC. We have discussed. I have a couple of questions. All right. Till yesterday, am I audible?
Yes,
sir.
Yesterday, Vatsal was my nominee. Now, looking at his energy, I don't think I would want Vatsal as a nominee. Vatsal there? All right. Now, Tilak is all excited
Yes,
listening
sir.
to this. Tilak is the next nominee. Can I change the details of the nominee?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Who can stop me? It's my nominee. I will decide whoever it is. Simple, clear? Understood the point? Yes. Now the next question is, can a person become nominee in more than one OPC?
No, sir.
Can Tilak become a nominee in more than one OPC? What do you think?
No, sir.
No,
Why
sir.
no?
No, sir.
Why no? Now let's take an example. Mr. X has appointed Tilak as a nominee. All right. Mr. Y has also appointed Tilak as a nominee. Now let's suppose, for God's sake, whatever has happened, Mr. X got up, Mr. Y got up. All right, they pass away in an accident. Now the question is, who will become the member? Who will become the member? Tilak will become the member. But which OPCs will he be a member? Whether of X or whether of Y? Law says, I don't want all this confusion at all. So therefore, a nominee cannot become, or rather a person cannot become a nominee of more than one OPC. Clear? Second question. Shreyas is so excited after listening to this topic. He wants to start his own OPCs. He wants to start 2-3 OPCs. Can he do so?
No, sir.
No,
Law
sir.
says first only one. All right. Don't sail in two boats. Only one OPC is what you can become a member of. All right. Suhas comes up with a very interesting point then. I will become member in one OPC and nominee in another OPC. Is that okay? I repeat. Chandana, the question is very simple. First point, can I become a member? Can I become a member in more than one OPC? Member in more than one OPC. Is it allowed? Answer is no. Can I become a nominee in more than one OPC? All right. Answer is no. Now the question is, can I become member in one OPC and nominee in another OPC? What do you think?
No.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Understood the question, everyone? Can I become a member in one OPC and nominee in another OPC? Is that allowed?
No, sir.
No, sir.
100% no. Why no, sir? I'm not even a member in more than one OPC. I'm not even a nominee in more than one OPC. I am just saying I'm a member in X and a nominee in Y. Is that okay? Answer is no, it is not okay. Why? Tomorrow, if anything happens in Y, if the member expires in Y, who will become the member? The nominee. The nominee will become the member. Now, the problem is you will end up becoming a member of two OPCs in this case then. I don't want that situation. So therefore, I am clear today itself, you cannot become a member of one OPC and nominee of another OPC. Crystal clear with the concept, everyone? Everybody understood? Yes. Next part, next question. I will explain it to you guys. All right. Open your books, quick. Quick. Start. OPC, 3 arrow marks. OPC, 3 arrow marks. OPC, 3 arrow marks. Every OPC, first arrow mark, every OPC shall have a member and a nominee. Shall have a member and a nominee. Shall have a member and a nominee. Second arrow mark. Second arrow mark. Member and nominee have to satisfy following 3 conditions. Member and nominee have to satisfy following 3 conditions. 3 arrow marks under this. Under the second arrow mark, you've written member and nominee has to satisfy 3 conditions. Under this, you put 3 arrow marks. Natural person, Indian citizen, resident of India.
Or other.
Whether resident or not. Okay. So the first condition is natural person. Second condition is Indian citizen. Third condition is whether resident or not. Clear? Everyone, circle the word resident there. Circle the word resident there. Draw an arrow mark from there downwards. Downwards arrow mark. After circling the word resident, draw an arrow mark from there. You've written resident. Draw a circle around it. Pull a small line from there to write. Resident means stayed in India. Resident means stayed in India for not less than 182 days.
120 days.
120 days.
Write down. Where 182 will come, you will see in your income tax shortly. 120 days. Those of you who've written 182, continue sleeping. Go back to the main arrow marks. You've written first one. You've written the second one, conditions to be satisfied. The third one. A member cannot become, a person cannot become, instead of a member, please write down, a person cannot become member of more than one OPC. A person cannot become member of more than one OPC. A person cannot become nominee of more than one OPC. First point was a person cannot become member of more than one OPC. Second point was a person cannot become a nominee of more than one OPC. Third point, a person cannot become member of one OPC and nominee of another OPC. A person cannot become member of one OPC, and nominee of another OPC. Nagu there? Is that your full name?
Nagratna, sir.
Nagratna. Okay. A person cannot become a member of one OPC and a nominee of another OPC. Clear with the concept, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Write down there on top, asked thrice in examination. Are you understanding what you're writing? This has been asked thrice in examination. Crystal clear? Can I continue?
Yes, sir.
Yes, no?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, I have a few questions. Let's answer those. All right. I have an OPC. I want to convert this OPC into public company. Can I do so?
Yes.
Yes,
How?
sir.
How can I convert OPC into public company?
By satisfying the requirement of public.
What is the requirement of public company?
Restrict and prohibition.
Think and answer. What is restrict and prohibition?
Minimum 7.
Who was it? May I know who gave that answer of minimum 7?
Kiran.
That is the answer. That is the answer. Basic requirement of converting your OPC into public company is satisfy the requirement of a public company, like Darshan mentioned. Now, how will I satisfy the requirement of a public company? By increasing the number of members. Earlier I had 1. Now I have to make it 7. Simple as that. Understood? Can I convert an OPC into private company?
Yes.
Yes.
How do I do it?
Okay.
How do I do it?
Following RLP condition and minimum
Same
number of
point.
members.
Same point. Increase it from 1 to 2 and you can continue your business. No problem at all. Third concept. Listen to me very carefully. I want to convert a OPC into Section 8 company. What is a Section 8 company? Section 8 company means those companies which are for the purpose of charity. Those companies which are set up for charity. Classic example, you might have seen Infosys Foundation. Have you seen, everyone? Yes. What is Infosys Foundation? For those of you who aren't aware, in and around Bangalore, Mangalore, Karnataka, across, you'll see a lot of Nirmala Swachh toilets. You have to observe things around you. Only then you will know the background. All right. Who has set up those Nirmala Swachh toilets? Any idea? Infosys Foundation. Are you understanding, everyone? So Infosys Foundation is a Section 8 company. Now my question is, can an OPC convert itself into a Section 8 company?
No. No, sir.
Law says, see, first of all, you're one person. In that one person, what all will you do? For Section 8, you have to go out, help the society at large. As a single person, you may not be able to do. Therefore, I don't want OPCs to be converted into Section 8 companies. Clear with the concept, everyone? Yes. Second thing, which I want you to know is, can OPCs carry on the business for not for profit? Just like how a Section 8 company is doing it for not for profit, can an OPC also do it? Law says no. OPCs have to be only for profits. They cannot carry out Section 8 activities. Are you understanding the point? Everyone with me? All right. Why? Because I understand, sir, you're a single person. You have 1,000 compliances which a company has to meet. I don't think you will be able to meet. Even if you're extraordinary, why don't you start a private company or a public company? Convert yourself into private and public, and then you do whatever you want to. Sole-handed, you will not be able to do. I don't want you to waste your time. So you cannot convert yourself into a Section 8 company. You cannot carry on the business of a Section 8 company. Crystal clear with the concept, everyone. Yes. Now, OPC and Section 8 company was a question in 3 attempts or 2 attempts prior for 4 marks. Whether OPC can be converted into Section 8 company, whether OPC can carry on Section 8 company activities. Both answers are no. Logic remains the very simple. All right, sir, you're a single person. You will not be able to do everything. And I don't want you to waste your time. No, sir, I want to do. Convert yourself into a public or private company and then do whatever you want to. Clear with the concept, everyone? Understood the point? Yes. Now, can it be converted into a Section 8 company? Answer is no. It cannot do any non-banking financial institutions activities. It cannot become an investment activities. All of that is also not allowed. Clear? All right. Now let's quickly do a little bit of reading on how to go ahead. Sir, let's suppose. Say Kripa wants to start her OPC. Kripa, congratulations. You want to start your OPC. Now for this, you want to make Shant as your nominee. Shant, there in the session?
Yes, sir.
All right. But how will you go ahead make somebody your nominee? By mentioning in your articles, by mentioning in your memorandum of association. Yes. What is this memorandum of association? It's a document which talks about who you are, where are you from, what are you going to do, all of that covered in your memorandum. Now we read, how do you inform your registrar of companies of who is going to be your nominee and all of that? Read, start, one of you.
Let's play nominee. The person nominated by the subscriber or member of a one-person company may withdraw his consent by giving a notice in writing in form INC3 to such sole member and the one-person company.
Now what is this? Let's suppose I have made you my nominee. Looking at your energy or looking at my energy, I don't think you will sustain for more than 3 days. Possible? Yes. Do you agree? Yes or no? Yes or no? Look at the audacity. You have the audacity to say yes. Very good. I'm happy here. Now, in this case, if you don't want to continue as a nominee, what will you do? Give your consent. You tell clearly a notice in writing in a form called as INC, telling to the company and the member that, look, I can't deal with you. I don't want to continue as a nominee anymore. Clear? This is about informing that you don't intend to continue. Next paragraph, quick.
Provided that the member shall nominate another person as nominee within 15 days of the receipt of the notice of withdrawal and shall send an intimation of such nomination in writing to the company along with the written consent of such other person so nominated, in which shall be filed in a form of a declaration in form number INC4.
Now, what is this? In a situation, let's suppose I have gone ahead and made Aparna as the nominee. All right. Aparna says, sir, I can't deal with you 100%. Second day itself, I'm moving out. Now, the moment Aparna decides to move out, within 15 days, I have to find another nominee. Logic remains very simple. Tomorrow, if anything happens to the member, the nominee will become the member. So I don't want any discontinuity here. Are you understanding? So within 15 days, I have to go ahead and nominate another person as the nominee in this case. And the whole role is to ensure that that continuity is maintained. Read next paragraph.
The company shall, within 30 days of receipt of the notice of withdrawal of consent, file with the registrar a notice of such withdrawal and intimation of a name of another person nominated by the sole member in form number INC4, along with fee and written consent of such another person so nominated in form of a declaration in form number INC4.
Kirtana, now what is the point that we have gone ahead and decided that if Aparna is moving out, let's suppose I am appointing, say, Sudarshan as the nominee. Now I have to also inform my daddy. Why? Because the initial document had mentioned Aparna is the nominee. Now my registrar of company has to be informed that Sudarshan is going to become the nominee. So for informing that, I have to go ahead and file a document called as INC4. Pallavi there, understood? Last paragraph, quick.
The subscriber or member of a OPC may, by intimation in writing to the company, change the name of the person nominated by him at any time for any reason, including in case of death or incapacity to contract of nominee, and nominate another person after obtaining the consent of such another person, and his declaration shall be filed in form number INC4.
What is this situation? Let's suppose I have gone ahead and appointed Mr. ABC as the nominee. One fine day, Mr. ABC got up. Now what will I do? I have to go ahead and appoint somebody else, right? So I will have to go ahead and do that at the earliest and bring in that other person as the nominee and update his details. Along with that, I will have to file a form called as INC4. So if you see, all of this is happening in INC4 itself. Crystal clear with the concept? Everyone understood the point? All right. So this is about your nominee. Now, we've understood all the three types of companies: public company, private company, OPC. Let's solve this one question, which is from CA Foundation. Read. By the way, this is in CA Foundation and asked in CA Inter for at least 3 to 4 times. This question is in CA Foundation, asked in CA Inter 3 to 4 times. Read.
Flora Fauna Limited was registered as a public company. There are 230 members in the company as noted below. Directors and their relatives 190, employees 15, ex-employees shares were allotted when they were employees 10, 5 couples holding shares jointly in the name of husband and wife 10, others 5. The board of directors of the company proposed to convert it into a private company. Also, advised whether reduction in number of members is necessary.
I'll give you quick 30 seconds. Think and answer whether reduction of number of members is required here. You have to solve, huh? You have to solve. Don't say yes or no randomly. Put it in a piece of paper and tell me why yes, why no. Whether reduction of number of members is required. Why will reduction come? First question. Why is there a question of reduction?
They are converting it
Converting public company
Converting a public company into private company. That's why we are talking about reduction of number of members. But why should I reduce?
Limitation, RLP.
Brilliant.
Limitation of 200.
Maximum number that I can have is 200. Sleepy?
Sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
All right. Answer. Should I reduce the number of members? How many members are there right now in the company?
230.
230.
Limitation 200. Based on that, answer the question. Everybody has to put it in a piece of paper. Raise your hands once you're ready. Raise your hands once you're ready. Only one person? Right, wrong, don't bother. Raise your hands. We'll learn together. Make mistakes. Please make mistakes. Perfect. The first 5 names that I can see, I'll call out those names. Rest of you, if you have to add anything, please go ahead. Darshan, Aparna, Nandini, Tanushri, Pallavi.
The company need not reduce the number of members because employees and ex-employees are not considered, and couples are considered as five members for the purpose of calculation, and others are 5. So total 200, not exceeding the number of members.
Those of you who agree with your friend, put down your hands. If you have anything else to add, please keep your hands raised. Right, wrong, don't bother. Please add value. Good. Pallavi, Tanvita, Kirtana. You're agreeing to whatever your friend is saying? Tanvita, go ahead.
They have to reduce because in the option D, in 5 couples holding shares jointly in the name of husband and wife. So I considered it as 10 only.
So you're saying it is 10 couples?
Yes, sir.
But the question is clear, no? Only 5 couples. Why are you considering 10? You understood the point?
Yeah,
No problem.
sir.
But now you've understood, right? The law is very clear.
Yes,
It
sir.
is 10. And they've given the math also. 5 into 2, 10. They didn't have to do this. Couple is obviously only 2. All right. But still they've gone ahead and done this 5 into 2. So now let's answer the question. For those of you think, nice, sir, I didn't understand. Total number of members that I have is 230. Correct? Do you agree? Now, are directors and relatives included in the for the calculation of 200? Answer is yes. I have to include them. Should I include the employees for the calculation of 200? Answer is no. So I will reduce 15. Are ex-employees to be included for the purpose of calculation? No, provided they have become shareholders because of employment. If that is not given, then you can't assume. You have to write an exam. Understanding, everyone? All right. So minus 10. Are couples to be included? As many are there? Number of people are 10. How many should I include? I have to include only 5. So extra 5, whatever is there, I will remove that. Understanding? So others should I include for the purpose of calculation of 200?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That has to be included. Now, if you total up, this comes to 30. 230 minus 30 is going to be 200. Am I within the limit of section 2 clause 68?
Yes.
Yes.
Answer is no reduction required thereafter. Clear? Everyone understood the concept? Yes. Please note this question has been asked a couple of times. Everybody understood the point? Tanvita, clear? Yes? Can I continue?
Yes,
now,
sir.
sit straight. Who is Rama? Who is
Sita's
Lord Rama?
Sita's husband.
Sita's husband. What else?
Lakshmana's brother.
Lakshmana's brother. Next.
King of Ayodhya.
Dashratha's son. Next.
King of Ayodhya.
I'm sorry? What? MD? Which company is
King
MD?
of Ayodhya.
A king of Ayodhya. Somebody said MD. You guys are high on substance early in the morning. Go ahead. What else? That's it. This is what Lord Rama is. From 4 or 5 answers you've given, 33 of you. All your childhood you've seen cartoons. Tattu Ramayana cartoons. What? Sorry? Go ahead, Asha. No, I can't hear you. Anything else?
Avatar of Lord Vishnu.
Avatara of Lord Vishnu. Next.
Lavakusha's father.
Lavakusha's father. Next.
The one who killed Ravana.
The one who killed Ravana. Are we talking about 10 different people or is it the same person that we are talking about?
Same person.
Then why am I getting so many answers? That's because your perspective is different. You're seeing from different angle. That is exactly what we are talking about. Types of companies. Companies can be seen from different perspectives. The first one, when you see from the number of members perspective, it can be a public company, private company, OPC. If I see from liability perspective, company can be limited by share, limited by guarantee, and unlimited companies. Everybody understanding? Now, what is limited by shares? Simple concept. Limited by shares, my liability is limited to the amount that I'm not paid on the shares. 10 rupees shares, 6 rupees paid. How much is your liability?
4.
Your company has to pay creditors 10 crores, 20 crores. What is your liability?
4.
4 rupees.
4 rupees.
Why? Your liability is limited by shares. Second situation, limited by guarantee. What is limited by guarantee?
Up to the amount of guarantee.
Your amount of liability will be limited to the extent of guarantee which you've given. When did I give the guarantee, sir? When the company was incorporated. Are you understanding? So when I started the company itself, I have told you, Machas, don't worry. Tomorrow, if anything goes wrong, I am guaranteeing 10 crore rupees is from my side. What is this 10 crore? It's a guarantee. Tomorrow, actually, if anything goes wrong, what will happen? I will take up the responsibility up to 10 crores. This is called company limited by guarantee. What is unlimited liability? Unlimited liability means the liability is unlimited. That means sell your house, sell your kidney, sell yourself. I don't care. Bring in the money. Everyone understood the concept? Yes. This is in case if the liability is unlimited. But when will it become unlimited, sir? It will become unlimited only at the time of winding up of the company. It's not today when I started the company itself, you will ask me to sell my house. No. You will have to go ahead and take up the liability tomorrow when the company is being wound up. At that point of time, if there is a liability and if the company does not have sufficient money, you sell your assets and bring in the money. This is called unlimited liability. Clear with the concept, everyone? Understood the concept? Yes. So let's go ahead. Take a look at the topic types of companies based on liability. All right. So section 3, subsection 2 is giving an answer to this. Company can be formed, either it can be a limited by share, limited by guarantee, or unlimited companies. What is subsection 1? Section 3, subsection 1. Based on number of members, public company, private company, and your OPC. Subsection 2 is based on liability, limited by share, limited by guarantee, or unlimited companies. Clear, everyone? Understood? Now, when is the liability going to be unlimited? Sit straight, listen to me very carefully. No limit on the liability of the members. What do you mean by unlimited liability? There is no limit on the liability. Unlimited it is. Tomorrow, if anything goes wrong, sell your personal assets and bring in the money. But very important, tomorrow, if I'm not a member itself, let's see, let's take an example. Today itself, I'm not a member itself in your company. Will I still have unlimited liability? Answer is no. If you cease to be a member, your liability also ceases. What is the meaning of the word cease? Stop. If you are not a member anymore, then there is no question of liability also anymore. Make sense, everyone? Yes? Boring?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Little energy required. Third one. All right. But when is the liability going to be unlimited, Bhavani? Liability will be unlimited only when the company is being wound up. Let's suppose the company is operating for 10 years. All right. At the 10th year, the company is being wound up. When is my liability going to be unlimited? Only when the company is being wound up. When the company is in existence, is my liability unlimited? No. At that time, it is limited liability itself. But once the company is winding up and if the company does not have sufficient money, then you will have to sell your assets and bring in the money. Clear, everyone? The last one. Let's suppose there are 10 members, all right? Why will I sell all my assets? You guys are also there, no? Why will I sell? Let's suppose it's an unlimited company. Let's suppose, say, Shetty sir has started a company called as Shetty sir Private Limited. All right, it's an unlimited company. So it can't be private limited, it will be rather unlimited. What is the meaning of the word limited? Where there is a limit. So the name can't be limited, it has to be unlimited. Are you understanding, everyone with me? Now the question is, in Shetty sir's company, all of us are partners. All of us are members rather. Tomorrow, if anything goes wrong, can you tell only Shetty sir has to pay? You will not contribute anything? Only Shetty sir has to sell his personal. Forget about Shetty sir. Let's suppose you've choked me. All right. You're telling me I have to sell all my personal assets. Do you think I will keep quiet?
No, sir.
But do you think the company will keep quiet? The company can ask me to sell all my assets, bring in the money. It's my headache to go ahead and take contributions from other members. It is not company's headache. Are you understanding, everyone with me? All right. So what happens is liability of each member extends to the amount of debt and liabilities. However, he can claim the contribution from other members as well. What is the meaning of this? Let's suppose I have paid 10 crores because that was unlimited liability. I've sold my personal assets and paid 10 crores. But do you think I will keep quiet? I will recover it from you guys. First of all, do you think I will keep quiet? Answer is no. All right. I will recover it from you guys. But that is secondary. What is the primary liability? Should I sell my personal assets and give it to the company? Yes, the primary liability will be there. So can the company ask anyone to sell their personal assets? Yes. Instead of me, it can come and ask you to sell your personal assets. Anybody can be held responsible for it. Then it is your right to go ahead and recover it from others. It's your right. You can do that later on. Clear, everyone? Understood the point? Yes. So this is about your unlimited company. We have discussed private company. We have discussed public company. All right. Now we go to the next topic, which is small company. Sit straight, sit straight, sit straight. Do you know how many sections are there in the Companies Act 2013?
470.
470.
You can't say I don't know. I have myself discussed yesterday. All right. 470 sections. Now think about your company. You've just started. 2 crores, 3 crores is your turnover. Do you think you have to follow 470 sections? Don't you think it makes so much more difficult for a small company like you who just started? Don't you think it will become of too much of burden for you? That's why the law, for the first time in 2013, they came up with the concept of small company. This was not there under 1956. This is a fresh topic. First time India saw the concept of small company. Now, what is the small company? Small company means a company which is small. Sir, but how do I know it is small? On what basis are we calling it as small? Based on two parameters: paid up capital, turnover. If your paid up capital does not exceed 4 crores, and if your turnover does not exceed 40 crores, there's an amendment here. We'll discuss later. Right now, just pay attention. All right. If your capital does not exceed 4 crores and your turnover does not exceed 40 crores, you're a small company. Clear, everyone? Make a note. Quick. What is the revised limit now?
10 crore and
10 crores and 100.
See, a foundation people have written just now, and you guys are not aware of the amendment. Wow. Write down. Write down. Small company. Small company. Quick, 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 quick. Small company. Is the screen visible to everyone?
no, sir.
No, sir.
Small company means a company which satisfies the following two conditions. Means a company which satisfies the following two conditions. Means a company which satisfies the following two conditions. Two arrow marks. Turnover, paid up capital rather, paid up capital does not exceed, Tanya, 10 crores. 10 crores. 10 crores. Second arrow mark. Turnover does not exceed 100 crores. Turnover does not exceed 100 crores. Clear? This is an amendment. Earlier it was 4 crores and 40 crores. This has now been amended to 10 crores and 100 crores. Ready for questions now? Listen to me very carefully, everyone. My paid up capital is 2 crores. Turnover 200 crores. Am I a small company?
No.
No, sir.
No, sir.
I repeat my question. Sit straight and listen to me very carefully. My paid up capital is only 2 crores. Turnover 200 crores. Am I a small company?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
Capital requirement is satisfied, right?
Both the
should be
conditions have
Both
to
should be
condition
satisfied.
was satisfied.
Where is it given that both the conditions have to be satisfied?
Turnover and
Turnover
Turnover
is
and
Open
paid up
your
capital.
eyes and ears and listen to me very carefully. The word used in section 2 clause 85 between these two conditions is, open your eyes, ears, and listen to me very, very carefully. Between these two conditions, the word used is and. Am I clear, everyone? Now, what is the meaning of the word and, sir? Both the conditions have to be satisfied. What are such conditions called? Cumulative conditions. Cumulatively, you have to satisfy both. You can't satisfy only one or two. You have to satisfy both 1 and 2. only then it is a valid definition, or else it is not satisfied. So in your case, paid up capital 2 crores, turnover 200 crores. What is not satisfied?
200
Turnover.
Turnover is not satisfied. Do you know what was the blunder when the law came in? In the first time, 2013, when the law was proposed, by mistake, somebody like you, all right, might be sitting there, and by mistake, instead of and, they had put or. So what, sir? All right, your question is, sir, so what? Paid up capital was 2 crores, turnover was 2000 crores. Small company. Why? Because of the usage of the word or. Any one of the conditions I have to satisfy, right? I'm satisfying the capital condition. Are you understanding how much impact an and an or can have? Immediately in 2014, they realized that they've done a blunder here, and they've gone ahead and updated the entire definition. Sleepy?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Concept? Yes. All right. No exaggeration. You go and check the initial act when it was proposed. They by mistake used the word or. So I was looking at a couple of companies. I was mind boggled. Turnover is of 3,000, 4,000 crores. But paid up capital is only 2 crores. So they call themselves small company. Why? Because the law was using the word or. How can a 3,000 crore company call itself as a small company? They said it is convincing because section 2 clause 85 is satisfied. Immediately government realized that they have done a mistake. They've changed this law. Did you understand the impact of and or? All right. Now I have a couple of questions. Listen to me very carefully. X Limited. Paid up capital. Listen to me very carefully. Paid up capital 2 crores. Turnover 10 crores. Is it a small company?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Paid up capital 2 crores, turnover 10 crores within the limits. Is it a small company?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Why no?
Private limited.
Open your eyes and ears and listen to me very carefully. Only a company which is a private company can fall within the categories of small company. A public company cannot become a small company. Why? You're a public company for a reason. Tomorrow, if you need, you can go to the public, raise money. A private company can't do all that. That's why only these conditions are applicable for a private company. Public companies cannot call themselves as a small company. Clear? Everyone understood the point? Now I have a confusion. Chalo, you're saying that this is not a small company. X Limited has a subsidiary called Y Private Limited. Open your eyes and ears now. Okay. Paid up capital 1 crore. Turnover 5 crores. Is Y Private Limited a small company?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Sir.
Y Private Limited with a paid up
Deemed
capital
public.
of 1 crore and
Deemed
turnover of 10 crores. Can that company be called as a small company?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Why no?
Deemed
Because
public.
it
Deemed public
Public
company.
Only
First answer that rightly came in, it's a deemed public company. Second answer that came in was, okay, chalo. For those of you saying deemed public company, let's suppose this is X Private Limited. Now can Y Private Limited call itself as a small company?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Holding and
No, sir.
subsidiary
Now
related.
it is not even a
Subsidiary.
deemed public company. Now it is not even a deemed public company.
Holding and
Holding and
subsidiary.
subsidiary
Holding
exception.
subsidiaries.
Law says if you have a holding company already, if you have a holding company, is the screen visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. If you already have a holding company, that means there is somebody to support you. Why have I come up with small company law? Because I don't want those small companies who don't have support at all to struggle through 470 sections. But if you have a holding company, then in that case, you cannot be called as a small company. Why? Because your parent is there to support you. Your parent is there to support you. Are you agreeable? Everyone with me? All right. Next question. X Private Limited, listen to me very carefully. Turnover 10 crores, paid up capital 1 crore. This company has a subsidiary, say subsidiary private limited. This company's turnover 1 crore and paid up capital 50 lakhs. Can subsidiary private limited be called as a small company? Can subsidiary private limited be called as a small company? Why?
No, sir.
Answer remains the same. Just now we have discussed because you have a parent to support you. My question is, can X private limited be called as a small company?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Why? This does not have any parent, no?
But if
It is a holding.
Law says if I don't allow the child itself to take the benefit of small company, why will I allow the parent to go ahead and take the benefit of small company? Makes sense? Everyone? Logical? Understanding? Everyone with me? Yes. These are exceptions to small company. Let's go ahead and look at it. There are 2-3 exceptions more which we are going to discuss. First one, certain companies, even if they satisfy the condition of turnover and paid up capital, but still they will not be considered a small company. Which are those? A company is not a small company if it is a public company. Public companies cannot be small companies. A holding company cannot become a small company. A subsidiary company cannot become a small company. A Section 8 company cannot become a small company. If you are a company which is governed by a special act, you cannot become a small company. Sir, we didn't understand the last example. Shreyas Electricity Supply Company Private Limited. Turnover 1 lakh. Paid up capital 20,000. Is it satisfying all the condition? Is it a private company? Yes. Is the paid up capital less than the limit? Yes. Is the turnover less than the limit? Yes. Is it a small company?
No, sir.
Why no?
Special act.
It is governed by a special act, and that special act is Electricity Act. Able to understand? So even these companies cannot become a small company. Clear with the concept, everyone? Understood the concept? Yes. Can I continue? This is about your small company. Probably the last topic for our discussion for today's class, holding subsidiary relationship. Whatever kachra is there in your mind about holding and subsidiary, throw that out and be ready for questions now. All right. Explain what is holding subsidiary. Anyone? Right, wrong, don't bother. Give me your answers. Insist you to keep your cameras on. Chandana, there in the session. Santosh. Good. What is holding company? What is subsidiary company? From PUC days, you've been learning all of this, right? Just give me 10 minutes. We'll see how much of it we know. What is holding? What is subsidiary? Nobody knows. Or nobody wants to take a chance. Good. Until I hear an answer, I'll not be able to start. Even I'll sit like you guys. Good. What is a holding subsidiary relationship? Quick. Anyone?
One who controls the composition of board of director of the other company.
One who
And
controls the
owning
composition of board of directors of another company is called as holding company. Okay.
or having not less than 1/2 of the voting powers in the other company.
More than 50% of the voting power in the other company is also called as subsidiary or holding company. Correct? And this is what you guys have learned. Can we read the law now together and be ready for the questions immediately after this? Yes?
Sir.
Let's get started. Sit straight. Sit straight. Section 2 clause 87. All right. Defines the word subsidiary company. Listen to me very carefully. Insist you to keep your cameras on. Suhas there in the session. Section 2 clause 87 defines the word subsidiary. Subsidiary company means a company in which another company is controlling the composition of board of directors or is controlling more than 1/2 of the voting power of another company. Everyone with me? Now, what is this controlling the composition of board of directors? Let's take an example. Mukesh Ambani, All right. Reliance has, let's take an example. Reliance has multiple ventures. Do you agree? All right. So let's suppose there is Reliance and there is Geo Financial Services. Let's take an example for purpose of discussion. Now, Geo Financial Services is a separate group entity altogether. Geo Financial Services is a separate group entity altogether. It's a separate entity. But who will sit on the board of directors? Who will sit as board of directors in Geo Financial Services if it is decided by Adani? Let's take an example. All right. If Adani decides who's going to sit as board of directors of Geo Financial Services, law says Adani is holding the company. How? At the end of the day, who runs the company? Is it the owners? Is it the shareholders who run the company? Or is it the management? Management. Now, if I have the power to decide who's the management, don't you think indirectly I'm controlling the entire company? That exactly is the first condition wherein if I control the composition of board of directors of a company, it becomes my subsidiary company. Clear, Mansa? Second condition is an interesting condition. Be ready to answer questions after I read the law. I'm not going to explain the law. I'm just going to ask questions after reading the law. Sit straight, sit straight. Where a company controls more than 1/2 of another company's voting power, either at its own or together with one or more of its subsidiaries, it will be considered as a subsidiary. Ready for questions now? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's go ahead and answer a few questions now. I hope the screen is visible to everyone. Okay, let's get started. I want 100% focus here, 100% attention required, or else you'll miss out on the topic. 100% attention. A Limited holds 40% of B Limited. Is there a holding subsidiary relationship?
No, sir.
No, sir.
40%.
More than half.
More than
More
half.
than one half.
More than 1/2. Okay. A Limited holds 50% of B Limited.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Is it holding
No,
subsidiary?
No,
Why
sir.
no? Again, 50%.
More
More
than
than
More than
half.
A Limited holds 50.5% of B Limited. Is there a holding subsidiary relationship?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Let's see the law now. Law requires you to hold more than 1/2. What is the meaning of the word 1/2? Is it 1.5?
More than 50.
More than 50.
More than 50.
Out of 2 halves, 1/2 is yours. That means 50% is what we are talking about. We are talking about 1/2. Out of 2 halves, 1/2 is yours. More than 1/2 is yours. That means you are there having a holding subsidiary relationship. Crystal clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now listen to the next question. A Limited holds 51% of B Limited. Oh, how many holding subsidiary relationship? How many subsidiaries are there?
One.
One.
B Limited holds 60% of C Limited. How many holding subsidiary relationship? How many holding subsidiary relationships?
3.
3.
3.
3.
How 3?
For A
How 3?
Limited, B Limited, and C Limited.
A to B is 1. Okay, so this I have understood. A to B, there is 1. B
Then
to
A
C,
to
there
C.
is. B to C, there is another one. Where is the third one?
A to C.
A to
A to C.
A to C is also included.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But how are you
Yes.
telling
Sir.
this? Where is this coming from the law?
Either
Read
at
the law.
its own or
Where is it coming from the law?
Either at its
Either at
own or
its own or
together with
together
one or
together
more.
with
subsidiary companies.
Now open your eyes and ears. Either at its own or with one or more of its subsidiaries. Either I am holding more than 50% directly, or with one or more of my subsidiaries, I'm holding more than 50%, then that also becomes my subsidiary. So this becomes third. Let's go to the next question. For those of you who haven't understood, answer the next question. A Limited holds 51% of B Limited. Listen to me very carefully. Yeah? B Limited holds 40% of C Limited. How many holding subsidiary relationship? Complete. How many holding subsidiary relationships?
Two.
Think and answer. Don't blindly answer. Open your eyes, ears, and use your brain while you're answering. How many holding subsidiary relationships?
One.
Those of you saying two, raise your hands. Quick. Those of you saying two, raise your hands. Only one person? Only three people are saying two. Rest of you? You see three holding subsidiary relationships here or what? Then how many do you see?
One.
Okay, those of you saying two, answer. I want to know which are those two. First one, I will take the toughest one. A to B, there is a holding subsidiary relationship. Now?
A to C.
A to C, there is a holding subsidiary relationship according to Tanvita. All right. How is it possible?
A Limited holds 51% in B Limited.
So I
and
have a subsidiary.
Yeah,
Okay.
B Limited holds 40% on C Limited. So together, A Limited holds 51 plus 40%. It is more than 51%. So it is.
So you're saying if here then I have to consider 51% of which A is holding in B plus 40% of which B is holding in C, that will become 91%. So therefore, according to you, this entire thing is a holding subsidiary relationship. Okay. Now let's take a small change here. Instead of 51%, 71% is held. 71% is held between A and B. Now, is there still a holding subsidiary between A and C? Tanvita, Bhavani, Kirtana. Why no? A and B are holding subsidiary. There is no confusion. That is for sure. 71% is there. Okay. Second limb, B to C, you're saying 40% is there. So total percentage of holding is 111%. Company is having shareholding more than what the share company has issued. I've issued 100 shares, but you're holding 130 shares. How is it possible? Not sure how many of you understood the problem in this entire analysis. I repeat, Bhavani, I'm happy that at least somebody, I'm sorry, Tanvita, I'm happy that at least somebody is using their brain. Direction, I will give. Don't worry about it. But somebody is using their brain. That is important for me. Open your eyes, ears, and listen to me very carefully what our friend is saying. What mistake has come into picture here? Most of you think it is only one holding subsidiary relationship. Three of our friends think there is a two-layered holding subsidiary relationship. First one, A to B, everybody knows. There's no brainer there. B to C, whether there is any holding subsidiary relationship is the question. Answer is no. B to C and A to C. There is no holding subsidiary relationship. Sir, why, sir? Think logically. How much is A holding in C? 0. How much is B holding in C? 40%. Totally, how much does it come up to? 40%. Is it more than 50%? Answer is no, it is not more than 50%. So is there a holding subsidiary relationship between B to C and A to C? Answer is no, there is no holding subsidiary relationship. Sir, but A is holding 70-80% in B, right? What about that? How does it make difference if A holds anything in B? I have already told that is holding subsidiary relationship, no? Are you understanding, everyone? Just because, let's take an example. It's as good as I love you, you love your mother, so I love your mother. Does it even make sense that way? Nonsense. Do you agree? Do you agree? That's exactly what you guys are telling now. 70 plus 40 if I do, that means I'm including something which is not even mine. Are you understanding, everyone? Yes. So what should I do? In this case, should I include what A and B are holding in each other? Answer is no. That is done. That is dusted. There is a holding subsidiary relationship already taken care. That will not have a bearing. Did you guys understand? Ready for next question now? Tanvita, Bhavani, Kirtana, everybody understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Next question. Let's see. A holds 71% of B. B holds 40% of C. A holds 12% in C. How many holding subsidiary relationships? Think and answer. I'll take the toughest one. I'll take the toughest one. A and B, there is one holding subsidiary relationship. Now you give me the easiest ones. How many holding subsidiary relationships?
Two.
Two. Where are the two coming? A to B, I understood. Next.
A to C.
A to C.
C.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
B to C, is there a holding subsidiary relationship?
No.
No, sir.
No, sir.
B to C, is there any holding subsidiary relationship? Why no? How much is the percentage?
40%.
40%.
40%. So is there any holding subsidiary relationship between B to C? Answer is no. But is there any holding subsidiary between A to C?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
how?
12%.
Major by
A
some-
limited to B limited 71%. A limited to C limited 12%. So include.
Think. Bhavani, same point. You're repeating the same error.
40.
Sir,
12 plus 40.
yes, sir.
That is
Yes,
the
sir.
answer. That is the answer. A to C is holding 12%. B to C is holding 40%. Total investment in C is coming to 52%, which is more than 50%. Hence, there is a holding subsidiary relationship between A to C. Clear, everyone? Ready for a few more questions? I haven't started questions yet. These are all basics. Now comes the questions. Ready, everyone? All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Most of you thinking this itself I didn't understand. Where will I understand the rest? Let us discuss. I will quickly discuss each of these examples first. Okay, I'm not in a rush. I hope even you guys are not. Is the screen visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Who haven't understood the last example, pay attention in the first 2-3 examples. Only then you'll understand the next ones. Is there a holding subsidiary between A to B in the first example? No. Why? 40% is what I'm holding. No concern at all. Okay. Is there a holding subsidiary between A to B here? Is there any holding subsidiary relationship? No. Why? Because it's not more than 50%. Next, is there a holding subsidiary between A and B? Answer is yes. Why? Because it is more than 50. Is there a holding subsidiary between A to B here? Answer is yes, because more than 50. Is there a holding between B to C? Yes, because it is more than 60. Is there anything between A to C? Answer is yes. How? A to C, 0%. B to C, 60%. Total comes to more than 50%. Do you agree? Yes. In the third example, everyone understood? This example, everyone understood why there is a holding subsidiary between A to C? Yes. Now coming to the fourth one. 71% is what I'm holding A to B. Is there a holding subsidiary? Answer is yes. Is there a holding between B to C? Answer is no. Why? Because it is holding only 40%. Is there a holding between A to C? Is there a holding subsidiary relationship? Let's see. A is holding in C 12%. B is holding 40%. Total, it comes to 52%. So it is more than 50. So is there a holding between A to C? Answer is yes. Let's read the law once again and come back to the next set of questions. I haven't answered all the questions yet. All right, hold on. Is the screen visible to everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where a company, subsidiary company means a company in relation to another company, where the other company, which is the holding company, controls more than 1/2 of the total voting power, Manasa, either at its own or together with one or more of its subsidiaries. This is the law. Everyone clear? Everyone clear with the law? Either at its own or together with one or more of its subsidiaries. Now listen to me for the next set of questions. Next set of questions. A holds 30% of B. B holds 60% of C. How many holding subsidiary relationships?
One.
One.
Only one? Which one is that? A to B.
B to C.
B to C. Crystal clear, everyone? Yes. So there is only one holding subsidiary relationship, which is B to C. No confusion at all. A to C?
No.
No.
Why no?
Because B is not the subsidiary of A.
I'll go by your logic. Hold on. Those of you saying no, I want to see. I want to see. How much is A holding in C? 0. How much is B holding in C? 60. It's more than 60, right? It's more than 50. So there should be ideally holding subsidiary relationship. What do you think?
No, sir.
Why no?
B is not a
Because A has
subsidiary.
a subsidiary of
Because
A.
it's not a
There is
subsidiary of
no
A.
subsidiary relationship in the initial stage itself.
Your grandfather can call your children as grandchildren only if you are there in between. If you are only not there, how will the grandchildren become somebody's, or how can your father become grandfather of somebody else's child? Are you understanding the logic?
Yes, sir.
I repeat, guys, most of it might sound nonsense, but I'm telling you authoritatively, after 2 weeks, when I ask the same question, you will give me the right answer because of the analogy which I'm given. I repeat, your father becomes the grandfather of your kids. Makes sense. Your father becomes the grandfather of your friends' kids. Does not make sense. Why? Because the connecting dot is you in between. That's what I'm talking about. You and your kid, all right? You and your father and you have a relationship. Then there can be a relationship here. Then there can be a relationship here. If you are only not there in between, how can your father become the grandfather of somebody else's kids? Nonsense. It is, I know. All right. But I know you will remember the concept better. Let me give you another example now. Bhavani, I repeat. Those of you who didn't understand, don't worry. I'll explain it. A holds 60% of B. B holds 70% of C. Simple example. Is there a holding subsidiary between A to B? Yes. Is there a holding subsidiary between B to C? Yes. Is there a holding subsidiary between A to C? Yes. Why? Either at its own or together with one or more of its subsidiaries. Is it more than 50%? Answer is yes. That's why I asked you to read the law once again. Either at its own or together with one or more of its subsidiaries. Is it making sense now? All right, let's go ahead. Take another example. A holds 30%. B holds in C, say 70%. The same example. All right. So is there a holding subsidiary between A and B? Answer is no. Is there a holding subsidiary between B and C? Answer is yes. Is there a holding subsidiary between A and C? Answer is no. Why? Either at its own or together with one or more of its subsidiaries. I don't have a subsidiary at all in between. So I can't include anything which B is holding in C. Because B is never my subsidiary. This is exactly where I was giving the grandfather and grandchild's case. When you're there in between, then there can be a relation of a grandfather-grandchild. If you're only not there in between, when there is no relation between you and your father, then how can your kids become the grandchild of your father? Making sense somewhere? Able to make sense?
Yes,
I've
sir.
not discussed all the examples yet. Now ready? Yes?
Yes, sir.
A holds 30% in B. C holds 70% in D. in B. B holds 60% in D. How many holding subsidiary relationships?
Three.
Think. Which are those three you will identify? Put down in a piece of paper and tell me what are the three. All right. And raise your hands once you're ready. Attempt. Make mistakes. It's okay. We'll learn together. It's a simple law. There's no brainer here. All right. Somebody who's got a chance in today's session, put down your hand so that everybody gets a fair chance. Somebody who's already got a chance in today's session, put down your hands. Others get a fair chance. All right. I'm presuming you guys haven't got a chance. Then Kiran, Kirtana, Shant, Suhas, Dhriti. Go ahead.
There are three. C to B is one.
Ek second, madam, ek second. All right. Go ahead. First, A to B.
No,
No. Why?
only 30%.
Only 30%. C to B.
Yes,
Why?
70%. More than
B
50.
to C. B to D.
Yes.
60%. A to D.
No,
Why no?
because B is not the subsidiary of A.
Brilliant. Did you guys understand? Everyone understood the point? Because B is not the subsidiary. All right. So let me apply the law. Let me check. Either at its own or together with one or more of its subsidiaries. I don't have a subsidiary at all. So there's no question of including anything which B holds in D. Here. Now, C to D. Is there a holding subsidiary?
Yes.
C to D. Is there a holding subsidiary?
Yes.
How?
B is the subsidiary of C.
Either at its own or together with one or more of its subsidiaries. More than 50%. Did you guys understand? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Everybody understood the concept?
Yes, sir.
Anybody wants me to
Yes, sir.
repeat? Anyone wants me to repeat? Everyone understood a word. Either you guys are so good or I am so good, I don't know. Must be the first case itself. Now, next set of questions. 100% focus. Okay? 100% focus now. A holds 30% in B. Listen to me very carefully. B holds, I'm making it 80% instead of 30%, 80%. Okay? 80% in B. Look at it, small change, how your answers will change. B holds 70% in C, 60% in D, 30% in A, I'm sorry, not in A, but in E, and 45% in F. How many holding subsidiary relationships? Once you're ready, raise your hands. Don't blurt out your answers. Everybody is attempting, no? Or waiting for somebody else? Once you're ready, raise your hands. Right, wrong, don't bother. Raise your hands. Whoever has not got a chance in today's session, keep your hands raised. I keep it simple so that everybody gets a fair chance. That's the only thought. First 5 names that I can see on screen: Dhriti, Vatsal, Suhas, Pallavi, Kripa. Rest of you, if you want to add anything. Good.
Yes, sir.
Dhriti. Nandini,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
in the session, understanding? Tilak, Darshan, Shant, understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes, go ahead. Dhriti.
Sir, there is only one holding subsidiary relation between A and B.
Only between A and B. A and C?
No, sir.
B and C?
Yes, sir.
Then how many are there? Think peacefully. Next.
Sir, 5.
5 holding subsidiary relationships, sir.
Yes, sir.
Tell me which are those. Bhavani, there in the
8.
session. Understanding? Everyone there in the session?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Listen to me very carefully. Listen to our friend when he is answering. Please pay attention. Go ahead, sir. A to B. I will take the toughest
B
one.
to
A to
C.
B, B to C, and B to D. Toughest ones are clear. Next, you answer. B to E, is there a holding subsidiary?
No, sir.
Okay. B to F, is there a holding subsidiary?
No, sir.
Okay. A to C, is there a holding subsidiary?
Yes, sir.
Yes. How?
Yes, sir. Either by its own or
Either at its own or together with one or more of its subsidiary. All right. So this is another one. 4. A to D. Is there a subsidiary holding subsidiary?
Yes, sir.
How? Either at its own or together with one or more of its subsidiaries. So this is your 5th. Now the question is hold. A to E, is there a subsidiary?
No,
A to E. A to E, is there a holding subsidiary? Kirtana. A to E, is there a holding subsidiary?
No, sir.
Why? Why, Vatsal?
Sir,
Either at
it's
its
not
own.
above 50.
Okay. Either at its own, 0, or through one or more of its subsidiary. How much? 30%. It's not satisfying. Everyone with me? Understanding the point? Yes.
sir.
A to F, is there any holding subsidiary?
No,
Why no? Again?
it's not above 50. Yes, sir.
Either at its own or together with one or more of its subsidiaries. Clear, everyone? Understood? One last question on this topic, which you are going to solve, and then we wrap up today's session. A holds, guys, boring, sleepy, enjoying the session. How is it going?
Enjoying.
I don't want you to sit unnecessarily with the pressure that how will I remember in exams? That is my headache. You sit and you enjoy the session. It's my headache to ensure that you remember the law. Okay. A holds 30% of B. B holds 60% of C, 70% of D, 80% of E, 90% of F. Put down all the relations in your book. Raise your hands. Everybody has to attempt. Huh? My problem is with people who don't think they're fit for it. You attempt and then call out. Somebody who's got a chance, put down your hands. Somebody who's not got a chance, keep your hands raised. All right. I'll call out the name this time Ulta. Sudarshan, Tanya, Tanushree, Shant, Pallavi, Kripa, Kirtana, Suhas. Quick, go ahead. And Pavna then. Start. Sudarshan.
Sir, B to C, B to
B to
D,
C. So let's take one by one. Hold, sir. Sir, A to B?
no,
No? Okay. B to C?
yes,
B to D?
yes,
B to E?
yes,
B to F?
yes,
A to C?
no,
Why no?
either only
60%.
no,
Why no? Next person. Anyone? Quick. Next.
B is a subsidiary of
Simple
E.
as that. B is not a subsidiary. Therefore, Sudarshan, that's why. You're right. The answer is because B is not a subsidiary. Sir, why? Either at its own or together with its subsidiary. I don't have a subsidiary at all here. B is not a subsidiary of A. So therefore, this connection will not help. Clear, everyone? Understood the point?
Yes, sir.
Crystal clear with the concept?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can I give a quick 2-3 points for you to discuss later on? Solve and
Yes,
come?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes?
Sir.
Right now. Start. By the way, if you've understood this, you understood one of the toughest definitions, because holding and subsidiary relationship, either at its own or together with one or more of its subsidiaries, in itself is a numerical which most of the examiners ask. All right. If you are clear of this, you know the law. Did you really have to memorize the law? Answer is no. You know the law now. Holding company means a subsidiary company means a company in relation to another company, wherein another company, which is called the holding company, is either controlling the composition of board of directors or controlling more than 1/2 of the total voting power, either at its own or together with one or more of its subsidiaries. Okay, definition. This is the definition. I don't think anybody has to sit and memorize this. Right now, A holds 75% of B. B holds 30% of C. A holds 60% of C. First question. Second question. A holds 35% of B. A holds 65% of C. B holds 60% of D, and C holds 40% of D. Can you make it 30%? 30% of D. And C holds 40% of D. A holds 30% of D. It's like a cobweb. Everybody saw the next question? All right. Do you want to discuss now, or can we do it later? We'll do it in the next class. All right. We'll do it in the next class. I hope everybody has copied it. Make mistakes. Please make mistakes. I would be the last one to say that you have to come with the thought that you have to be 100% right. If you're 100% right, you really don't have to attend session. You might as well just sleep in the morning instead of ruining your sleep. If you're here, make attempt. Please make mistakes. But the point is, you got to learn from your mistakes. Just making mistakes and being stupid continuously is a different thing. I'm not endorsing being stupid. Making mistakes and learning from that is equally important. I hope I'm clear, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed. I've gone overboard by 13 minutes, all right? But I hope each one of us have enjoyed at least what we have discussed so far. With this, I come to an end of our session. Thank you so much. Have a nice day, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.